Good Friday evening, everybody. Live from Rock Valley, Iowa. Central Lion George Little Rock football is on the air one last time for the 2017 football season. The Lions on the road, set to close out the year tonight against the Nighthawks of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Boyden Hull Rock Valley, the Nighthawks, the front runner in District 1-2A. Meanwhile, Central Lion George Little Rock trying to play the role of spoiler here tonight as the Lions come in with a record of 3-5 overall on the season, 3-3 in district play. Boyden Hull Rock Valley, of course, the be-all, end-all for Class 2A state football in the state of Iowa. They are a perfect 6-0 in district play and 7-1 overall on the season, with their only loss of the year coming in Lyon County to the West Lyon Wildcats in non-district play earlier this year. Business as usual for Nighthawk Nation down here in Rock Valley as they'll look forward to the playoffs kicking off next week. And Joel Viss, the odds of catching the Nighthawks off guard heading into the game, looking past this one here tonight, probably slim to none because these boys have been through it before and they know the discipline that it takes to be a state champion.
Yeah, they're obviously coming off of a state championship last year. They did graduate a bunch of seniors, but the kids that have stepped up and stepped in, and a lot of those kids got some playing time moving on last year and then moving into this year, and they really haven't missed a beat. That's something that we got to talk to Coach Brandt about a little bit, and we talked about the mindset about coming into a game like this where you've got the team, you're the number one seed. Obviously, you're sitting there ready to go into the playoffs as that district champion. You know, for Central Line George Little Rock, they're done after this game here tonight. Their season's over, no chance at the playoffs. So really for both teams, I asked them, what is the motivation going into this game? For Coach Eben, he'll talk a little bit about his seniors and the motivation they have for this game. For Coach Brandt, when he talks about his team, he talks about staying focused and making sure that you bring your best game as your next game and keep getting better as every game proceeds as you start working your way through the playoffs.
Yeah, and if you're in a situation where you win more often than not, getting ready for playoff time, fine-tuning, that's always a focal point in the final game of the year before that playoff run as well. Fine-tuning everything and making sure you got the basics and the fundamentals covered. As we were talking about for the Lions of Central Lyon George Little Rock, one last hurrah for the seniors here tonight, one last chance for all these seniors to leave it out on the field completely here tonight in Rock Valley. And, of course, for the sophomores and juniors, a chance to improve, get better, and maybe, make some plays and head into the offseason on a high note.
Yeah, and if this game gets out of hand, those guys will get into the ball game, and they will get some chances to get out there and get some reps. And for those younger kids, they got to look at it as, yeah, it's the last game of this season, but those younger guys, those juniors that are going to be seniors, those sophomores that are getting the playing time now, they got to start thinking about this is where next season starts. We always talk about 24 hours after that last game is when you start prepping for the following season, when it's time to turn it over and start prepping and start working for it, whether it's lifting and all that stuff. Well, for those younger guys, this game is that. You know that it's over after tonight, and you got to go out there and you got to be ready to go and start working yourselves and getting the mindset of getting yourselves back on the winning track come next season.
Well, the Central Lyon George Little Rock football team not heading to the playoffs this year, but the volleyball team for Central Lyon still in the playoffs. In fact, they'll have their tournament opener coming up on Monday as they'll take on North Union at Central Lyon High School. You can catch that right here on the Lyon Broadcast Network. Also, congratulations to the George Little Rock Central Lyon boys cross country team, and I believe Michaela Witt as well making the state tournament for cross country.
Yeah, the boys cross country team, what a performance they put on in Orange City yesterday. They went out and just dominated that meet. They had 4 guys in the top 15, so they would have had 4 individuals qualify for the state meet in that, let alone making it as a team. So fantastic congratulations to that team and those boys and all the hard work they do. And you got to talk about the JV guys, too, on that boys' side, because I'm pretty sure that the GLR CLJV cross-country runners, they went undefeated on the JV side, too. So they've got guys coming through as well. And then, obviously, Mickey Witt qualifying for the state meet down in Fort Dodge on the girls' side of it. Congratulations. What a fantastic season. And for the volleyball team, we wish them the best of luck. They've got North Union coming in. is their first round game, and hopefully they can get by that and then make their way through the tournament. And what an experience it would be if they could make it back to the state tournament once again.
I believe the George Little Rock volleyballers eliminated earlier this week in their tournament match, but nonetheless, a successful fall sports season coming to a close for both Central Lyon and George Little Rock. And a reminder that volleyball match with North Union, you can catch that on Monday right here on the Lion Broadcast Network. Of course, Lion football, a presentation of Avera Health, Frontier Bank, the Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, Sanford Health, DeNoble, Austin and Company, and the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company as well. Central Lyon, George Little Rock, familiar foes lining up across from the Lions tonight in the Nighthawks of Boyden Hall Rock Valley, and we can guarantee you no love lost between these two schools. When they get together, it's a knockdown drag-out, and we'll look for more of that physical football here tonight down in Rock Valley. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll get together with the Lions' first-year head coach Curtis Eben, and we'll also talk with head coach of the defending state champion Boyden Hall Rock Valley Nighthawks, Cory Brandt. All coming up on the pregame show as we continue to count down to kickoff here in Rock Valley. You're listening to Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Autumn, a time for new school activities, fall festivals, raking leaves, winterizing your home, and for farmers, harvest, putting in long hours, working hard from sunup to sundown. Minimize some of your stress by working with DeNoble, Austin and Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne to maximize your precious available time. Call DeNoble, Austin and Company PC today for help with all your accounting and tax needs. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Boyden Hall Rock Valley Nighthawk football with the head coach of the Nighthawks, Cory Brandt. Coach, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about your Nighthawk football team. A successful run through the season. Only one loss on the year. That came in non-district play to a very tough Westland squad. But once it came to district play, your team really knows how to get it done, and you've had a very fine season.
Yeah, it's been a great season as far as our kids and their preparation and how hard they've worked, how hard they play. That goes to their credit. I've been extremely proud of them as they've gone through the process of doing all of the things they've done, and our coaches have done an outstanding job of getting them ready and preparing them as well. So I've been very proud of our kids for our efforts. The only downer in the season has been injuries. We've lost 3 starters to significant injuries, which has been really tough for our kids kind of to see and go through. But outside of that, it's been a very good season.
Well, and you talk about having a few kids go down to injury earlier on in the season. A big testament, those kids that keep stepping up, even after last year, such a successful run. You had so many talented seniors, they left. And the kids that have stepped in this year have just stepped up, and they've never really missed a beat.
They've done outstanding, and, they've prepared really hard to get ready for their turn. And it's cool to see them actually get that chance and then make the most of it.
Well, you've got a district championship in your pocket already, but let's get ready for tonight's matchup, a matchup against Central Lyon George Little Rock, a game where it doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of implications on it for either one of the teams, but the tradition between these two schools and the battle that they bring each and every year has got to be something you look forward to.
Absolutely. It's the old Siouxland Conference. We enjoy those games the most. They're backyard games. They're ones that people that you see all the time. Definitely the kids know each other pretty well, and, all those things kind of add up to making it a special game. And we've had so many good contests with Central Lyon George Little Rock over the years, and I know they've got a brand new coach in Coach Eben, but he knows that program obviously very well and has been part of that tradition also all the way through it. I think the Central Lyon team is adjusting to that new coaching change and understanding a little bit different, especially with the different offensive scheme. And I truly believe they're playing their best football of the year right now.
Well, we talk about the way that they are playing football and starting to click a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball and defensively. What are some things that you might see from Coach Eben and that new look Lions?
You know, the spread game that they've implemented is somewhat similar to ours. We do some similar things, and they are getting better at it, is what I can say. And, you know, they've got a very athletic quarterback who's a load to take down and is starting to function very well in that scheme. And then your skill guys around it are picking it up as well. And so I see a lot of potential there, and it's kind of scary potential, honestly, to look at from the outside going in. And then defensively, you know, it's similar to what they've done because that's what they are known for and what Coach Eben knows extremely well. And they just play solid defense all the way around. So this is a team that's, like I said, they're playing their best football right now. Even though the game, you say, has implications, or, you know, not many implications, for us, we want to be playing well. We want to go into the playoffs playing well. We want to execute well, and we want to do our best because I guarantee this being their last game and those seniors' last game, and they got a lot of them playing, they'll want to give their best effort too. So definitely one we got to be ready for.
Well, and you talk about that, the things that you have to prep for, you want to be playing well. You know that they're going to bring a tough game to you. Is that something that you preach throughout this week of practice to your guys? How do you get those guys motivated for a team that isn't going to be in the playoffs and you're already the district champions with that number 1 seed? So how do you talk to your kids and keep them up and keep them focused on the task at hand?
Well, exactly with what I just said. We want to be playing well, and our goal is always to get better every time we take the field, whether that be practice or game. And that same mantra has to continue. We have to get better every time we take the field. We have to get better every time we prepare for a game. It just is one of those things that you need to do if you're going to keep pushing and going forward. So that's our challenge to them continually. It's just the next game. Our most important game, our state championship game, is the next game. It's the one that we need to prepare for the same every week, and our goal is always to be 1-0 each week, and this is the next one. So we need to prepare well and play well, and that's our focus.
Well, it's a great mentality had going into this final game of the regular season. Let's talk about some of those injuries you kind of alluded to earlier in the year. You've had a couple guys go down. How are you guys looking going into this game and then heading in towards the playoffs?
You know, we've been beat up throughout the course here. We lost another starter Friday night. Dylan Harmon went down with an ACL injury, which is our third one in 6 weeks. And they've all been the key starting players that they hurt us, no doubt about it. We're very blessed with great numbers and kids that can step up, but it just takes a mental toll on your team a little bit, and so that's tough. We've had Garrett Greenfield go down and Cody Post in the West Lyon game and Garrett in the Pocahontas game, so we've kind of had a tough year of kind of shuffling people around and trying to find people to play in spots, but everybody that stepped in has done their best, and we can't ask for more than that. Overall, elsewise, you know, your normal bang-ups that you have by the end of the year, but everybody else is pretty overall healthy, and we need to try to keep them that way.
What do you see as some of the keys to picking up a win tonight over the Lions?
We need to get a fast start. We need to come out right away playing well, execute extremely well on all three phases of the game, you know, special teams, offense, defense, and, you know, execute our game plan extremely well and play fundamentally sound football, reduce our mistakes, and have as much fun as we can doing it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us here tonight, and we wish you the best of luck tonight and through the rest of the postseason.
Thank you, Joel.
That is the head coach of the Boyden All Rock Valley Nighthawks, Cory Brandt. We'll be back with more of the pregame show when we return.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Central Lyon George Little Rock football with head coach Curtis Eben. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joel.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about last week on the road against MOC. Floyd Valley had to go to Orange City, a team that we played and we felt that we compared very well to. We sized up and matched up pretty much equal talent-wise with those guys, but come down to the end of it, we just didn't make the plays when we needed to and a few missed opportunities.
Yeah, we did. We had, I thought offensively we played pretty well. We had 77 plays, roughly 300 yards of offense, but 5 turnovers. And anytime you have that many turnovers, it's tough to win ball games. Defensively, I thought our defensive line played very well. Our linebacker play got better, and secondary played extremely well. We limited pass yards, something we struggled with in the past. So, it was one of those games where you gotta limit your mistakes, and you probably come out with a W.
You look at that as you talked about the yardage there, the amount of plays we ran, and when you put it down on paper, all those things usually add up to a win, like you said, but you can't have those 5 turnovers out there. And as you look at it, even with all those turnovers, we still sat inside the 10-yard line with 1 play to go at the end of the game with a chance to tie.
Yeah, we did. Our kids, they faced some adversity, and they bounced back from it. That's something that, that was good to see from those guys. Our kids fought hard for 4 quarters all the way down to the end of the ball game. And so, if you want to take one positive, there's no doubt that's a positive from that ball game.
Well, let's change our focus here. Let's move our eyes to the final game of the regular season. It doesn't get any easier as we go on the road once again, and a very tough Boyden Hall Rock Valley team heading your way.
Yeah, they are. Boyden Hall's ranked number 1 this year. They do things extremely well. They have 1 loss to West Lyon beginning of the year. Their offense is surrounded by the quarterback. He's a playmaker. He does everything. He's mobile. He's very good with his feet. Our kids got to wrap up and watching tape on him. That kid, somebody will hit him and then bounce off 1 or 2 guys, and he makes plays. So we really need to focus on that quarterback. We need to limit what he does with his feet and make him throw the ball and control the run game.
One thing that you do see out of those guys is they're going to run that spread format. They like to throw the ball a little bit more than what we're used to seeing out there as well.
Yeah, they do. They chuck the ball around quite a bit. They got a lot of different formations, from quads to empty to trips, kind of a loose dubs and type of thing. So they do. They do a lot of different things on offense, and on defense they again, same type of thing. They fly around on the defensive side. Rosenboom, number 7, their middle linebacker, real tough kid. He makes a lot of plays. We have to recognize where he's at on the offensive side. He cheats a lot on the offensive side, but by cheating he makes a lot of plays. So we got, he'll go under his blocks, and he's quick enough to do it. He's one of the few players that is small but yet very athletic and able to cheat like that and make plays. So offensively we got to know where he's at, and defensively we got to know what that quarterback's at all times.
You talk about knowing where that one guy is, but the way Boyden Hall Rock Valley comes, it's very chaotic. They bring multiple linebackers on lots of different occasions. Last week we kind of struggled with that, and you found Lucas kind of under some pressure and under distress out there. You said you got to notify at least one guy, but how do we pick up for the other guys coming backside?
Yeah, it's just something our offensive line throughout the week has worked on. That's something that, most times they'll only bring 5 guys pressure-wise. You don't see them bring, there's 6, 7 type of pressure like some teams will, but it's just 5 guys, and we got 5 linemen. We just need to do a good job of slide protecting our line and picking up those guys. And, it really starts with number 7, because they'll kind of give a key to where their blitzes are coming from, where he lines up. So, it's kind of a giveaway for us, and we got to be able to pick up those blitzes.
Coming into this last game of the season, definitely something we're not accustomed to being in this position. We don't have a chance to make the playoffs. They're already locked into the playoffs. You got both teams out there are very set in their ways and where they're going to be at come next week. How do you talk to your kids? How do you guys get those guys motivated and ready to come up and play for this final game?
Yeah, you're right, Joel. We traditionally have not been in this boat. It's a tough thing as a coaching staff to go on this last week of practice knowing that, you're practicing your last couple of days. The seniors know it, and that's something that I told the seniors yesterday. This is their state championship. This is their last game. No matter win or lose, walk off that field, they're done putting a helmet on. So hopefully our kids understand that and they get up for it and then go out and play a hard 4 quarters of football. And, when it's all said and done, with great respect to our seniors as we walk off that field.
And that's got to be one of those things. Obviously, as a first-year coach, you have been around for a lot of years, and you've seen lots of kids go through our program. But your first year as a head coach, to say goodbye to some pretty good seniors out there.
Yeah, they are. These group of seniors have been, a backbone of our program for a lot of years. A good mix of GLR guys and CL guys that have come together and really formed one. We lost some close games this year. Obviously, we didn't meet our goals like we wanted to as a coaching staff and as a players. There's no doubt, So, we walk out that field tonight. It'll be a special moment for those seniors and us as coaching staff to say goodbye to those guys. The seniors, I appreciate everything they've done. They've worked extremely hard. They're good kids, and they'll be better parents, fathers, and workers down the road here because of that.
Well, we talk about those seniors are going to be playing their final game out there. There's some younger underclassmen that will obviously see the field tonight. They're going to get some work out there. Is there a look at, as the seniors are going out, do we start working and start looking ahead to next year with some of those younger guys getting in with some playing time?
Right now, we don't plan on doing that right now, Joel. The biggest thing for us is to honor our seniors. They put a lot of time and effort in our program, so we'll finish out the year with our seniors. We'll finish out, we'll make sure the seniors that maybe haven't played as much, they get on the field as much as possible tonight too. That's a big thing for us is, once they're part of the CLGLR family, they always will be. And, these guys deserve one last game, and we'll battle through it. Those underclassmen have their time coming yet, and they'll have years to battle coming up here. So tonight we'll go out there with all intentions to win, and we'll hopefully put the best kids out there and battle away.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your efforts in your first season as a head coach, and we appreciate you spending time with us each and every week, and we wish you the best of luck tonight.
Yeah, Joel, appreciate your time also and all you do for CLGLR football.
That is the head coach of the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions, Curtis Eben. We'll be back with more of the pregame show when we return.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Rock Valley, set for the season finale of the 2017 football season for the Central Lyon George Little Rock football Lions as they take on the Nighthawks of Boyden Hall, Rock Valley. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly, welcoming you into our coverage live from Rock Valley here tonight. And certainly the Lions with their work cut out for them, as have most of the teams that have come across these Nighthawks, save for the West Lyon Wildcats. The Wildcats, the only team to defeat these Nighthawks. Of course, Boyden Hall, Rock Valley, the defending defending state champions, and nothing has been close for them this year, with the exception of that West Lyon game. So we'll see what the Lions have in store for them, but more importantly for the Lions right now, if you're a senior, you got one last shot to leave it all hanging out on the field one last time. If you're a junior or a sophomore, the 2018 season starts here tonight, and a chance to get off on the right foot, show how much you've improved over the course of the year, and how about a bookend of a schedule? You have the class of 1A in the West Lyon Wildcats to open up the season. You're going to close it out with the class of 2A in the Boyden Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks, and certainly this will be a measuring stick to see how much you've improved over the course of the season, Joel Viss.
Well, and it's one of those things where you're going to come out here and you know you're playing a really good football team, and what you got to hope for is that you're going to come out and put together one of your games. We've seen it from these guys throughout the season. We've seen flashes of times when they can play with anybody in the state. They can play well. They know that they can run with anybody, but then they've just had some of those glitches throughout the year too, where they take a quarter off, or they take a half where things don't go well. They have some bad things happen, and they just can't rebound out of it. Those are the things you got to shake off here. And if you can put together a game, say like when we played Cherokee, even though it was in a monsoon and all that was probably the most focused, most well-driven game we had as a complete game as a team this year. And if you can put a game like that together, not only can you come out here and be competitive, you're actually going to let Boyden Hull Rock Valley know that you were here, and you're not going to give them an easy road through the week.
Well, Boyden Hull Rock Valley won the opening coin toss. They deferred. Central Lyon George Little Rock will get the ball to start things off here tonight. They'll be moving into the teeth of this heavy wind, this west wind that we've got here tonight. Lions will be moving right into the teeth of that wind to start things off here tonight. Wearing the road whites and the all-white look for the Lions once again. White jerseys and white pants, gold helmets with the purple face mask. Of course, purple numbers on those white jerseys with the gold trim. Boyden Hull Rock Valley in their traditional black and blue. The black jerseys, the black pants, the white numbers on those black jerseys with the blue trim, black helmets, and the black face mask. The officiating crew for tonight being honored before the game on the 50-yard line.
A lot of guys out there have got a lot of years of experience on this football field, and or not necessarily on this football field, but on football fields in general there. So acknowledging the years of service of some of these officiating crew out there.
Well, the Lions will get the ball to start things off here tonight. They'll be moving from the left to the right in your mind's eye, or on the video screen in front of you. Doing the kicking for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Looks like this time around they've got three kickers. It's going to be Logan Block this time. Oh, pardon me. It's not going to be Logan Block. Actually, it's going to be Bo DeYoung doing the kicking for the opening kickoff here. They rotate three kickers depending on the situation, does Boyden Hull Rock Valley. So DeYoung with the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. We're ready for football. One last time. DeYoung gives the ball the boot, a low line drive kick. Fielded off the hop. No, it went past Nick White into the end zone for the touchback, and the Lions will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20.
And right there you're seeing right away with Boyden Hull Rock Valley, they know what those guys can do back there when you've got Van Beek and you got White back there ready to receive those kicks. Obviously showing they're not going to kick to us if they don't have to. They put the low squib kick and kick it into the end zone. They'll give it to us at the 20.
1st down and 10. First crack for the Lion offense, opening possession of the ball game. Nagel will line them up in a shotgun formation. Twin receivers wide to each side with an up back standing to his left. Man in motion right to left, and that is Krull. Krull will take the hand from Nagel around left end. Nothing doing there. He'll lose a yard back at the 19-yard line as the Lions couldn't quite get to the edge fast enough.
That's going to be the hard part here tonight is there's so many linebackers out there for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. They got three linemen. They run a 3-5 defense. So you got three down linemen, you got five linebackers, and they'll blitz 2 to 3 linebackers on every down, and it's going to be a guessing game on what way we're going to go and where they're going to come from.
2nd down and 11 for the Lions from their own 19. Nagel in the shotgun takes a snap, quick pass, right side. Nick White has a block, cuts it upfield, 25 to the 30 and to the 31 for a Lion first down.
Nice job there. A quick little pass out there, getting it to the edge. That's some of the things there as Boyden Hull Rock Valley has the speed to beat us to the edge. So if we can get the ball out there in a hurry, then let Nick White just do his magic, get up the field, picks up 12 yards and a nice first down.
1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock on their own 31. Nagel in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the left, a single man to the right. As Nagel takes a snap, hands up the middle, Colton Van Beek. He'll push the pile forward across the 35, out to the 36, and close to 5 yards on first down as one of the Nighthawks lost their bonnet on the play.
Yeah, that's a big push right there, right up front there for CLGLR to get themselves going and just tucking in right behind those offensive linemen and working his way through. And coming up there, Colton Van Beek, he's got a thing going on with he's got kind of a nerve issue going on that if he gets hit in the wrong direction, it can cause him some serious pain, but he chooses to play through it.
Second down and 5 for the Lions from their own 36. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, high snap, corrals it, hands to Van Beek up the middle for a pickup of 2 out to the 38-yard line. And we're looking at a third and about 4 coming up for the Lions, maybe 3.
Well, and that's one of those things there, Jay. You talked about the high snap, and just that little bit of a delay to get to that handoff allows Boyden Hall Rock Valley and the speed of that defense to close in on us, only giving us minimal gain.
Central Lyon George Little Rock with the opening offensive possession of the night, 2 minutes into the ball game. A third down and 3 for the Lions with the ball on their own 38. Nagel in the shotgun, 5 wide, trips left, twins to the right. Nagel on the quarterback, keep up the middle. Should have it with the reach, although a terrible spot by the official has him shy of the 41-yard line. So he's going to be about a half a yard short, 4th down and inches for the Lions.
Well, on this, you know the Lions, they're going to hurry up on the ball, and they look like they're not even going to fake that pooch kick punt. It looks like they're going to go for it.
5 wide with trips to the right, twins to the left. Nagel calls it out, takes a snap, and he will punt it away. Nice punt to the 30-yard line. It will take a hop down to the 25, inside the 25, at the 22 of Boyden Hall Rock Valley, where it will be marked down. And the Nighthawks will start 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line.
There they showed like they were going to go for it, Jay, but they did get the pooch kick off there. And normally when they do that, they try and roll out Lucas on that and let him rugby-style punt it there. He just dropped back in there and gave it a boot. And the good news about that is Boyden Hall Rock Valley has no chance to return on that.
1st down and 10 for the Nighthawks. J.T. Van Tall, the quarterback for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. He'll take the handoff, and the sweep around left end on the opening play of the night goes to Munoz, and he's going to be wrapped up right about the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the defensive line to get upfield there and make him run around them, and that allowed our linebackers to get in the backfield and drag him down. Took about 2 or 3 of our guys. That's one of those things we're really going to have to work on is some sure tackling tonight.
2nd down and 10 for the Nighthawks. Van Tall with the snap, dropping back to pass, rolling out right side. Van Tall looking down the right sideline, throws it away, and a 3rd and 10 coming up for Boyden Hall Rock Valley.
And that's kind of the bread and butter right there for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. They want to fake the run. They're going to bring that jet man in motion. They've got wide receivers all over the place and very confident in the junior of J.T. Van Hall to throw the ball down the field and be very accurate.
8:43 left in a scoreless opening quarter so far. 3rd and 10 for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Van Tall in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back to pass, looking over the middle, now right side, overshoots the receiver, incomplete, and it will be a 3 and out for the Nighthawks on their opening offensive possession of the night.
That's a great start for this defense out there, a big confidence booster for them to come out there. They get the tackle on 1st down, and then what they do is they're just letting the 4 guys go and apply the pressure. They're not bringing blitzes of any means. They're just dropping back to coverage, and the coverage team did a great job forcing those overthrows.
Doing the punting for the Nighthawks will be Bo DeYoung. DeYoung will camp out on his own 10-yard line, ready to field the snap. As DeYoung calls for it, it's a good snap, and he gets off a high end-over-end punt. It will take a hop at the 45 of CLGLR over the head of White, inside the 25 and out of bounds at about the 23, somewhere thereabouts. We'll see where the officials mark it. It looks like it will be the 23-yard line where the Lions will take over on their 2nd offensive possession of the night.
Wow, that took a great bounce there for them. That thing was spiraling out of bounds. Looked like it was going to go out at about the 43-yard line, and then it rolled out, and it shot straight up the field and was able to go down to the 23. So an incredible bounce there to help Boyden Hall Rock Valley out. But the Lions with their 2nd opportunity, and we'll see if they can move the ball once again.
Did get 1 first down on that opening offensive possession. We are scoreless so far with 8:28 left in the opening quarter. 2nd offensive possession for the Lions. Nagel in the shotgun. Calls it out, man in motion left to right. That is Nick White, and we're going to get an early flag here on the Lions. A little bit of movement early, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Parker Netton tried to go early. You had Nick White going in motion from left to right, and looked like Parker Netton shrugged the shoulders and started going forward. And so you're going to get 2 men in motion, and that's definitely not what we need here tonight.
Back to the 18-yard line. It will be a first and at 15 for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Ball on their own 18. Just getting underway here tonight with 8:28 left in the opening quarter. We are scoreless so far. Central Lyon George Little Rock with one first down on their opening offensive possession and then forced to punt. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with a 3-and-out on their opening offensive possession. Lions with offensive possession number 2 on first and 15. Nagel, bad snap, picks it up and just has to eat it back at the 10-yard line. And the Lions going the wrong way with a 5-yard penalty and now a bad snap. Pins them back at the 10 for a second down and about 23 coming up.
Yeah, a couple negative plays there for us here, Jay, to start off this offensive set. And Boyden Hull Rock Valley, they're good enough as it is. We don't need to give them any help.
So second down and long coming up for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 10-yard line. Obviously, you have to be mindful of a turnover here deep in your own territory, and that is what this Nighthawks defense thrives off of. Nagel in the shotgun. Calls it out on second down. Takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Looks left side, just out of the hands of Carter Krull, who can't haul it in, and Krull had a lot of green in front of him.
Yeah, if he could have made that catch, he would have at least got back all the lost yardage. He could have got us back to the original line of scrimmage for sure, but he tried to take off and run with it before making the catch, and just tough placement there because Lucas Nagel put it right in his hands.
Third down and 23. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on their own 10-yard line. They need the 33 for a first down. Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side, and up back standing to his left as Nagel takes a snap, drops back, sets up the screen over the middle. White bobbles it and then comes down with it for no gain, and the Lions will be forced to punt it away.
Yeah, lots of pressure there on Lucas, and just a little bit too much of a delay to try and get that screen pass off there, and a little bit of hitch in there. And as we said, that small delay is enough to allow Boyden Hull Rock Valley to collapse on you. And then the throws behind Nick White, he has to bobble it. Good thing he just made the catch, but was dropped down immediately.
Punt coming up from Buss, who is about halfway back in his own end zone, gets a good snap and gets off a nice low line drive punt, fielded at the 45, slipping and falling. The Nighthawk return man on the play, Cade Mosier, at the 41 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. So Boyden Hull Rock Valley, second offensive possession of the night, will start in Lion territory. We are scoreless with 7:08 left in the opening quarter.
One thing we got to work on right now is we can see there with Colton Buss is we definitely need to work on his acting skills because he actually got run into there, but he's a tough kid. He didn't flinch on it. We got to teach him how to fall down, and we might have got some penalty yards out of that.
First down and 10, Boyden Hull Rock Valley from the 41 of CLGLR. Van Tall on the quarterback keep, breaks it out right side to the 34-yard line, and a pickup of 7 on first down.
Yeah, so many directions going here. You got guys in motion there. You've got plenty of wideouts. Our defense is spread pretty thin out there, and then when you got a quarterback like Van Hall who can take off and move on that, very tough to get to him, and he gets a good gain on first down.
Second and 3, Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Van Hall in the shotgun, takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking left side, has a man open in the flat at the 29-yard line, brought down immediately by Van Beek at the 29. That is the receiver, Brayton Van Kekricks on the play. Will be enough for a first down.
Yeah, just a little hitch route there. Boyden Hull Rock Valley going to hurry up on this, trying to take advantage of the short field and try and wear out the Lions early.
Van Tall in the shotgun, a first down and 10 from the Lion 29-yard line. Van Tall looking over the Lion defense, now calls for a motion man left to right, takes a snap, the hand on the counter over the left side. Lions aren't fooled, played nicely by the Lion defense, and Elliot Van Kekricks tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Austin Winkle doing a fantastic job, his D-tackle spot. And that's one of those things we can really recognize, Jay. When you bring that guy in, they're bringing Bo DeYoung in motion. He's 6'4", 175. He's probably not going to get that jet sweep and very aware of what's going on.
Van Tall hands up the middle. Van Kekricks, all kinds of room right up the gut, and he'll take it to the 16-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock for a first down and then some.
Wow, that's just tough right there. You had one good play right there, and then they just come back and no motion there. They just go right at you, and Van Kekricks busted up a big hole and an easy first down.
First down and 10, Boyden Hull Rock Valley on the Lions' 16-yard line. Van Tall in the shotgun, the sweep over the right side to Mosier. Mosier has blockers, and Mosier carries all the way down to the goal line, just shy, I believe. And it's going to be a 1st and goal inside the 1 for Boyden Hall Rock Valley.
You know, it's tough right there because they're running on that jet sweep. You're trying to run with them and trying to keep up. And when you're trying to run with a guy, you can't break down and make the tackle. We're trying to reach around the shoulder pads.
1st and goal for the Nighthawks from the power I. Quarterback keep for Van Hull. He'll sneak in, and the Nighthawks of Boyden Hall Rock Valley on the board first here tonight with 5:41 left in the opening quarter and a 6-0 advantage.
Yeah, ball spotted right inside the 1-yard line there. They just come up under center and get behind the big hog mollies there and put the head down with their quarterback. Easy touchdown there for Boyden Hall Rock Valley, taking advantage when they had a short field. Lions need to answer.
Point after attempt coming up for the Nighthawks. They'll bring a swinging gate in from the left. And doing the kicking here for Boyden Hall Rock Valley on the point after late to the party is the kicker. And it will be Logan Block for the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the extra point is good. 5:41 left to play in the opening quarter. 7-0. Boyden Hall Rock Valley leading Central Lion George Little Rock. You're listening to Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network. Back in Rock Valley, 7-0. Boyden Hall Rock Valley leading Central Lion George Little Rock here tonight. 5:41 left to play in the opening quarter. Or I should say the second offensive possession of the game, starting in Lion territory for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. They move 41 yards and punch it in on a 1-yard quarterback sneak for the 7-0 lead. Central Lion George Little Rock, their turn now offensively. 3rd possession of the night coming up as the kick, a high end-over-end kick. White moving back and lost his footing, will roll through the end zone for the touchback. Lions will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20.
I don't think he was going to get to it anyway, but Tough Bia, the turf monster, jumps up and takes him down, but the ball well over his head into the end zone. Lions hurt themselves last time out, Jay, on their last offensive set, got themselves behind the chains and tried to have to revive themselves and really limited their play calling. They got to get things going in the right direction this time and try and move the ball forward. If nothing else, you got to try and at least flip the field position. You can't give the Nighthawks that short territory all the time.
1st down and 10. Central Lion George Little Rock on their own 20. Nagel in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands to Van Beek, breaks it around right end. Van Beek heading for the sideline to the 30, to the 35, and knocked out of bounds at the, they say the 35 is where he stepped out. Nonetheless, it's enough for a Lion 1st down, 2nd 1st down of the night for the Lions.
That was a nice job there. They just kind of adjusted to their normal set there, and they just go strong side with Van Beek. He gets to the corner. And there were guys in pursuit, but he turns on the Jets and does a fantastic job of just outrunning them to the corner and then turns it up the field and gets down the sidelines for that 1st down.
1st down and 10. Central Lion George Little Rock on their own 35-yard line. 5:34 left to play in the opening quarter. Lions trail at 7-0. 5 wide on 1st down. Nagel takes a snap. Quarterback keep right up the middle. Follows the blockers to the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and you'll take that every time.
Well, that was a great job there by Braden Schulte, number 77. He's pulling on the guard there, and he comes around, and there's a linebacker coming on the outside. He gets around there, finds him, picks him up, and that allows Lucas to get downfield for positive gain.
2nd down and 6. Central Lion George Little Rock on their own 39. Nagel in the shotgun. Quick pass, left side. Nick White off his hands and incomplete. A 3rd and 6 coming up.
I don't think he was ready for it. I think that was Lucas going on the hot route and trying to hit that quick slant there, and he threw it right at Nick, but Nick wasn't looking for the ball. Bobbles it and takes a pretty good hit afterwards, and lucky that wasn't a turnover.
3rd down and 6. Central Lion George Little Rock on their own 39-yard line. Clock is stopped with 5:04 left in the opening quarter. Lions trail at 7-0. On 3rd and 6, twin receivers wide to each side. Nagel in the shotgun with an up back to his right. Man in motion left to right. That is White, and an early flag on the play once again.
Yeah, you're going to have the umpires going to come in here and get some movement up front there against Central Lion George Little Rock and go in the wrong direction there. Those yellow flags are going to get you behind the chains, and That takes you out of a 3rd and 6. We've got a lot of plays in our playbook that we can get 6 yards out of with this offense. 3rd and 10, that's a lot tougher. There's a lot more things that can go wrong, and you got to do a whole lot of different setups for this one. And Lions are just killing themselves here right now in the first quarter. Coach Eben out there talking to the officials, wants to know exactly who, first of all, who jumped early, and then wants to discuss what they're doing wrong.
Central Lyon George Little Rock now with a 3rd down and 10. Ball spotted on their own 35-yard line as the Lions will break the huddle. Twin receivers to the right side, a single receiver left. I'll make that twin wings and everybody in tight now as Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Dropping back to pass. Nagel looks right sideline, has Carter Kroll, makes the catch at the 50 into Nighthawk territory at the 46-yard line, out of bounds, and it's another Lion first down.
That's a nice play right there. Carter's just running that wheel route there. You've got wide receivers crossing there, and a perfect pass by Lucas Nagel. Lays it right over top the defender. Soft hands by Carter to make the catch and get upfield for the first down. Fresh set of downs. And the Lions are in Nighthawk territory.
On 1st and 10 at the Nighthawk 46. Nagel takes a snap, quick pass, left side, and hit immediately as he made the catch. No, it's going to be incomplete. It was dropped by Carter Kroll as he was being hit. May have been hit before the ball got there. The Nighthawks pounced on that pretty quick.
Well, there was a lot of congestion there. First of all, I don't know how Lucas got the throw through because they had a Nighthawk defender coming right through, just about took it out of his hands. And then as soon as it gets to Carter, he just gets hit square in the ribs, and the ball goes to the ground.
2nd and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 46. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands to Van Beek right up the middle, and Van Beek tough sledding, nothing doing there. It will be a 3rd and 10 for the Lions coming up as Van Beek getting up a little tender. Looks like he's okay. 4:40 left in the opening quarter. Clock on the move. Lions trail at 7-0.
You know, and once again, Jay, we can't say it enough here in that first quarter. What hurts us there is we're coming around there and we have to wait for the hole to open up, and that gets that little bit of a delay, and that little delay is all Boyden Hull Rock Valley needs to close on us. Their closing speed on defense is just phenomenal.
3rd down and 9 for the Lions on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 45. Nagel looking to pass, lets it go left sideline, but way out of the reach of Nick White. In fact, maybe behind him even. And pass falls incomplete. We'll see what the Lions elect to do here. 4th and 9 on the 45 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
You know, and that's one of those things where we've seen that with Lucas throughout the season, and something he'll work on coming on next season. And we hope to develop him over the next year. Rolling to the wrong side of his body and having to throw across his body has not been his strong passing suit. And that's something that he can work on. That's something they'll work on in the offseason and get him ready for next year.
Well, Bus will be on to punt for the Lions here as Colton will camp out on his own 41, awaiting the snap here. Bus gets the snap, and the punt is off. A low line drive punt will bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and off. Nighthawk, I believe the Lions fell on it. We'll wait and see what the officials say here. I think that went off the foot of a Boyden Hull Rock Valley player.
Yeah, it did. The up back was going there, and it took just kind of a funny hop and hit his leg, and very aware by our coverage team to just drop on top of the ball and maintain possession, and that's a great first down there for the Lions. Now they got to try and cash in with fantastic field position.
Yes, the officials, well, they're going to give it to Boyden Hull Rock Valley. They're going to say it didn't go off of the up back. So nonetheless, a good punt. Boyden Hull Rock Valley will take over 1st and 10 from their own 11. Van Tull hands up the middle. Huge hole once again. Right up the middle is the gashing hole for Van Kekricks a second time around. He'll pick up a good 7 yards out to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, there's too many gaps out there when they've got to spread out the way they do. We're just gapped so well, and they hit the hole very hard and very quick and shifty running backs and do a nice job of getting downfield.
2nd down and 3 for the Nighthawks from their own 17-yard line. Van Tull in the shotgun takes a snap. Quarterback keeper round at right end. Lions had a man there, just couldn't catch him, and they'll bring him down by a shirt tail. Actually, the 3rd or 4th man coming through gets him down at the 26-yard line. It will be enough for a first down for Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
Man, that's just tough right out there. They got 2 wide receivers out there. Then they have a leading running back. So you got 3 motioning backs out there in front of you leading the charge there for a quarterback running on the outside. and only needing 3 yards. That's a tough one to stop.
27 is where it'll be spotted. First down and 10, Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Van Tall in the shotgun, man in motion right to left. That is Mosier. Van Tall on the quarterback keep, right up the middle, wide open again, across the 35 to the 36, maybe the 37. Going to be very close to another first down.
Yeah, nice job there. There was a double fake on that one. They faked to the jet sweep, then they fake up the middle with the tailback, and the quarterback just tucks in right behind him. We picked up the tailback. We just didn't get to the quarterback.
About a yard shy of the first down. Inside 3 minutes left to play here in the opening quarter. The officials calling timeout, I believe, to take a look at this. They're going to bring the chain gang out. Clock will stop with 2:56 left to play in the opening quarter. 7-0. Boyden Hall Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. And the Nighthawks having their way right up the middle. When you think Boyden Hall Rock Valley, you definitely don't think physical. You think smoke and mirrors. You think a lot of motion and definitely a lot of quickness.
Well, and the hard part about that is they're going right up the middle at us. Eventually, we're going to have to adjust to that to try and take that away. And then by the time you do that, they're good enough that they fake that, and then you see that smoke and mirror, and they go over the top, and they beat you deep.
First down and 10 for the Nighthawks with the ball spotted on their own 37-yard line. Van Tall will line up in the shotgun. Split receiver wide to each side. Man in motion right to left. Van Hall takes a snap. Quarterback keep. And he's hit by Matuska. He'll drag Matuska for a good 5 yards across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. I believe there was an early flag on the play, though.
Well, Matuska was in there. I mean, Matuska had him in the backfield, and Matuska knows it, too. He's down there pounding on the ground. He hit him, and he just let up on it. He didn't finish the tackle. He had him wrapped up, but just didn't drive through it, and that quarterback's too good of a player. He just rolls off of it and gets positive yards.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you hit the quarterback as hard as you hit the ground after the play, the quarterback will go down. The penalty is going to be called on Boyden Hall Rock Valley. We'll be back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 now. Well, I believe it was before the play. I think that's where the flag came in.
Yeah, they're calling a false start, so they actually marked it off from where the run went to. They need to mark that off from the line of scrimmage, and it should be 1st down and 15 because they got the 1st down, then they ran that play. So we should be looking at 1st down and 15, and now they are going to walk that off.
2:45 left to play in the opening quarter. A 7-0 advantage for Boyden Hall Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock. So now 1st down and 15 for the Nighthawks on their own 33. Van Tall in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out to the left side, looking downfield, and Van Tall directing traffic over the middle, has a man wide open in the flat. That's Carter Olson. He'll be brought down. Nice open field tackle by Nick White at the 45-yard line, about 2 yards shy of the 1st down.
You know, and that's just too tough there, Jay. When you got a quarterback standing back there at that kind of time, you got receivers who can get open on that one, and that's just way too tough for those guys to try and defend that long.
2nd down and 2 for the Nighthawks. Ball spotted on their own 45. Van Tall in the shotgun, takes a snap around right end. Van Tall covers his upfield, inside line territory, down the sideline, and laid out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Got a flag downfield. Could be a holding on Boyden Hall Rock Valley.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a hold or a block in the back, and that's just going to make Coach Brandt mad because that's a 15 to 20-yard pickup there. Before the flag came out, they actually get another 10 after that, but the flag's going to come out and bring that one back. Still should be enough for 1st down yardage, but nonetheless, a play that really hurts him. It's going to take about 25 yards away.
Yeah, the officials going to mark it right about the midfield stripe, where it will be a 1st and 10 for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Actually, they're going to put it on the Nighthawk 49-yard line. 1:59 left in the opening quarter, 7-0. Lions with the lead. They got to set the chains here before they run this play. 1st down and 10, Boyden Hall Rock Valley from their own 49. Van Tall in the shotgun. Looking over the Lion defense, man in motion right to left. Van Tall on the counter over the right side. Lions have read that play quite well. Van Kekricks stood up at the line of scrimmage, maybe one, but that's it.
Yeah, Ross Wiertzma, the big guy up front, he gets in the backfield. He got the first hit. Van Kekricks tried to spin off of him. Ross was able to keep a hand on. Parker Netton comes in and cleans it up, and they'll give him about a half a yard a gain.
2nd and 9 for Boyden Hall Rock Valley on the midfield stripe. Van Tall in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Looking over the middle of the field, and he's going to be hit, but not brought down. Scrambles, fumbles on the play, and the 44-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions got it. So, missing the quarterback sack turned out to be a blessing in disguise for the Lions. It got Van Tull scrambling, and the Lions were able to poke the ball out and fall on top of it.
Well, and that's why you don't quit. That play went from good to bad to great. And we had him in the backfield. We had the sack, but we didn't bring him down. He's able to squirt through it there. He got through 2 tacklers and gets extra yards, and as he's trying to spin through it, the ball pops out, and the Lions jump on top of it, and a big turnover there for CLGLR. And once again, let's see if we can move the ball down the field and see if we can maybe get some points or at least keep them pinned deep.
1:21 left in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 from the Lion 44. Nagel takes the shotgun snap, cuts it right up the middle, and great running by Lucas Nagel into Nighthawk territory down to the 42-yard line of Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
You know, and that's what I like about Lucas. When he decides to go and he can see the hole, he takes off and he makes some great decisions. He's a fantastic runner when he sees it, and that's the part of the first-year quarterback out there. I know he played a little bit last year, but technically a first-year quarterback, when he has to decide and it's not a clear hole for him to run through, the indecision there cost him some yards. When he can see it, he's a very effective runner.
1st down and 10 for the Lions from the Nighthawk 42. Nagel in the shotgun, keeps it himself again, stood up at the line of scrimmage, had trouble holding on to the ball. I think he did, though. Clock is inside of 1 minute left in the opening quarter. Lions trail at 7-0.
You know, and there it was where Colton Buss was the man in motion that time. He was going to be the lead blocker and just could not quite get there in time. And when he got there, the defender was in the backfield, kind of blew up the play. And then Lucas had to try and hide behind him and try and find his way around. And by that time, the Nighthawk defense was able to come in and bring him down only a yard gain.
2nd down and 10. Central Lion George Little Rock with the ball spotted on the 42 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley with 45 seconds left in the opening quarter. Clock is on the move. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with a 7-0 lead. Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Krull in motion right to left. He'll take the hand from Nagel. Krull trying to get to the edge. A holding penalty on the Lions going to bring this back as Krull had all of 10 yards or so on the play.
Well, and that's too bad there. They're going to make a holding call against the wide receiver out there, and that's tough. When wide receivers are out there and anytime they make contact out there, there's a lot of hand checking, lots of hands inside there. That's just a really tough call to make that holding call out there on those guys because that defensive back is going to twist and he's going to move after he's trying to jam the wide receiver. And that holding call it's a killer for you and sets you behind the chains.
Mark it back to the 49 of Central Lion George Little Rock. 28 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over CLGLR. So now a 2nd down and 20 for the Lions. They will have to run a play before the quarter's end here. Nagel in the shotgun on 2nd and 20, takes the snap, hands to Nick White, counter around the right end, and White will cut it up the middle much as he could to the 45-yard line of Boyden Hull Rock Valley, and a good 5 or 6 yards on the carry as that will bring an end to the opening quarter of play here tonight in Rock Valley. After 1 quarter of play complete, Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading Central Lion George Little Rock 7-0. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Autumn, a time for new school activities, fall festivals, raking leaves, winterizing your home, and for farmers, harvest, putting in long hours, working hard from sunup to sundown. Minimize some of your stress by working with DeNoble Austin & Company PC certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne to maximize your precious available time. Call DeNoble Austin & Company PC today for help with all your accounting and tax needs. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Rock Valley as we head to the second quarter of play, a 7-0 lead for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lion George Little Rock. 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 2. 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Lions. 3rd down and about 13 for the Lions from the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 46. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. One last time here on the Lion Broadcast Network, Lion Football 2017. 3rd down and 13. Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side, and up back standing to his left. White in motion, left to right. Nagel takes a snap, dropping back under pressure, lets it go down the right sideline. Wheel route for White, who makes a fantastic catch, but he was out of bounds. And the Lions unable to convert on 3rd and long. Darn near had it.
They was there, man. The wheel route was there. Nick White just ran right by the defender, and the ball out in front of him. He had to jump up there and go get it, and he did make the catch, but he bobbled it as he was coming down. But a great effort all around to at least catch the ball. Just came down with the feet on the end line there, and we'll be forced to punt this away.
Well, that will bring Buss back on. And it looks like Colton Buss going to camp out on his own 41. He'll have the wind at the back this time. Gets a high snap, but corrals it, a booming high spiraling punt. This is going to go all the way through the end zone of Boyden Hall Rock Valley, and a touchback to the 20-yard line of the Nighthawks, where they will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, and the bad part about that, it's going to go down as a net punt of 25 yards.
Right.
But he boomed it at least 50.
So we got to work on our acting, and we got to work on getting those suckers to drop right inside the 5-yard line.
That's tough with this wind behind you.
Van Tull on 1st and 10. Now we got an early flag here. They're pointing at the Nighthawks possibly lined up in the neutral zone before anybody was even set.
I think the slot receiver, number 24, was actually lined up in the neutral zone. So there's a good blessing for us if we can get there. Brayton Van Kickericks offsides there, so get them 2nd and 15. Now the defense can step up. You got a little bit of help, and you just got to make sure you shut them down for 3 downs.
Van Til in the shotgun, calls it out, dropping back the pass, looking left side, has a man in the flat, and can he make Carter Krull miss? No, he cannot. Krull hangs on to the ankle for dear life and brings him down at the 28-yard line. It will be a nice pickup, but still a couple yards shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, they had a pretty good comfort zone there. That's pretty easy pitch and catch there for the receiver. And a good 8 yards on there, or more than 8 yards, I should say, on that one. And 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 for the Nighthawks. Van Tull around the right end on the sweep. Flag on the play, probably a holding as Van Tull carries all the way to the 45-yard line. However, this flag in the backfield probably going to be a hold on the Nighthawks. Yes, it is.
Yeah, you're going to get that on Braden Van Kickericks once again. Tough series for him so far. He's trying to hang on to Nick White, and Nick White's trying to shed that block. And we saw it go against Central Lyon George Little Rock on their last drive where we had the wide receiver out there holding. And like I said, for wide receivers out there, when they're hand checking with those guys and you see them defensive backs try and move off of it, it's hard not to grab that jersey. And it's obviously a point of emphasis for these officials on the call.
Well, back we go again to the 16-yard line. Now a 2nd down and a 14 coming up for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Van Tull will line up in the shotgun. All 5 receivers wide left. Van Tull takes a snap, rolls out to his left side, looking for somebody, anybody, and can't find nothing. Now he'll tuck it and run it around the right side. Van Tull makes a man miss, dives to the 34 for a Nighthawk 1st down.
You know, and once again, the amount of time he has we can only rush 4 guys because we've got everybody back in coverage there. By the time he breaks free and gets to that weak side, all sorts of running room and a pretty easy 1st down for him.
1st down and 10, Boyden Hall Rock Valley on their own 34. Hand will go on the sweep around left end to Isaac Munoz, and Munoz will carry all the way down to the 43-yard line for a gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know, just really tough there out running on that one. And this actually hasn't gone very far yardage-wise. But Boyden Hall Rock Valley has run a lot of plays, and the Lions got to try and dig deep and not get tired on this.
2nd down and 1 for the Nighthawks on their own 43 as the hand goes up the middle to Van Keckricks. He'll be knocked at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and a 3rd and 1 coming up. 10:25 left in the 1st half. A 7-0 lead for Boyden Hall Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock.
You know, that's a good job by Winkle. Once again, he made the pile up the middle of the field, and then Cole Stave comes through to help bring him down to give him no gain.
3rd down and 1 for the Nighthawks. Van Tull takes a snap, rolls out right side. Van Tull looking middle of the field, now the right sideline, and just leads his receiver a little too far, incomplete. 4th down and 1 coming up for Boyden Hall Rock Valley.
This will be the interesting thing here. 4th down and 1. Boyden Hall Rock Valley has really run the ball well between the tackles, and we'll see if they try to go for it. Looks like they're going to bring the punt team on. and they're going to give the ball back to the Lions.
Yeah, if you're the Lions, you got to be extremely disciplined and looking at all possible options right here. The punter is in the game, or one of their punters, I should say. That is DeYoung. Or pardon me, Tunison, rather, will camp out at the 31-yard line. As we await the snap, it is a good snap, and the punt is off. A high end-over-end punt, and White loses track of it, picks it up at the 15. He'll be brought down immediately. And the Lions will take over 1st down and 10 on their own 15-yard line.
Now, that's just a tough break. You know, he just kind of misread that one. Don't know if he lost it in the lights or what, but ball lands right at his feet. He can't make the catch. And, he has to come back for it, pick it up off the ground, and the coverage team is there just immediately.
1st down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock. Ball spotted on their own 15 with 9:49 left in the first half. A 7-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the left, a single man to the right. As Nagel takes a snap, quick pass, left side. Carter Krull has blockers. Krull breaks for the sideline to the 20-yard line. And a pickup of 5. Fumbles on the play. And they're going to call it 2nd down. Lions got it. So the Lions come up with it. And a pickup of, it might be more than 5. Might be out to the 21 for 6.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're going to say he was down or they're going to say forward progress was stopped, because it looked like they tied him up there on the sidelines, and I think forward progress was given to him before the fumble came out. So a good play there, good block by Nick White there on the edge.
They will mark it at the 20, so a 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Lions. Nagel in the shotgun, 5 wide, trip receivers right, twins to the left. Man in motion left to right, that is Van Beek. Nagel takes a snap, quarterback keep up the middle, and Boyden Hull Rock Valley, they were on to that pretty quick. Nagel did as much as he could. In fact, quite well on the play to the 23-yard line for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, they were all over that one. They saw the play coming. They read it well. They were in the backfield, and Nagel just tiptoeing and juking there behind his line of scrimmage, and finally gets upfield, finds the seam, gets 4 yards, and sets up the 3rd down and short.
3rd and 1 for the Lions on their own 24-yard line. Trip receivers right, a single man to the left. Nagel in the shotgun, a hand up the middle to Van Beek, breaks it outside, has the 1st down to the 26-yard line, and the Lions should be able to move the chains here.
Oh, that was nervous right there. Yeah. Van Beek, that's one of those things we saw him do earlier. He liked to dance. He likes to skip to the outside and then get going. And that cost him a lot of times earlier. He's really been effective the last couple of weeks of just hitting the hole hard and going forward. That time he goes back to that little jump cut, and just about doesn't get the 1st down.
They gave him the 27, so 1st and 10, 8.5 minutes left in the first half. Lions trail it 7-0. Nagel in the shotgun on 1st and 10, takes a snap, hands to Van Beek, sweep around the left end. Van Beek tiptoes through traffic and out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Another nice gainer on the ground for the Lions.
Yeah, that's a nice run for him. And once again, he gets to the corner. And the nice part there was the offensive line had a great wall built up. They had it sealed off there. They allowed the linebackers kind of pinned around them. They had to run around the wall, and that gives him just enough opening. And instead of trying to get fancy, he just took off running for the sidelines and just step-laddered it up there and got a nice gain.
2nd down and 3, Central Lyon George Little Rock on their own 34. Nagel in the shotgun with trips to the right side, takes a snap, drops back to pass, rolling out right side under pressure, overshoots Carter Krull, tipped and intercepted by Boyden Hull Rock Valley, in an early whistle. Right after the interception, they're going to say the knee was down at the 35-yard line. So that's where Boyden Hull Rock Valley will take over 1st and 10 with the ball on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 35 with 8:13 left in the first half, and the Lions trailing 7-0.
That's the tough part right there, is you're rolling out there, and there's a broken play, and Lucas is trying to make a play and overshoots Carter. The ball tips in the air, and the interception was made, and now our defense has really got to step up, giving Boyden Hull Rock Valley a short field again.
Van Tall in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands to Van Kekricks, breaks it out left side, huge hole, gives Van Beek the stiff arm. Van Beek doesn't give up and brings him down, but inside the 20-yard line, down about the 17 or so, where Boyden Hull Rock Valley will set up shop 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's been a great play for them so far, just giving it to Van Kekricks right up the middle, man. He's running hard right between the tackles, and he's just eating up some big yardage.
1st down and 10, Boyden Hull Rock Valley on the 17 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Van Tall to Van Kekricks right up the middle once again, and another nice hole as he'll carry down to the 10-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. And the turnover here for the Nighthawks chance to take advantage and get some more points on the board.
Well, and that's kind of been what's hurt the Lions so far. The 2 times that we've given the Nighthawks the ball inside our own territory, they've been able to cash in so far.
1st and 10, it's Van Kickricks up the middle again, and he'll carry to the 5-yard line, ripping off about 5 yards a throw here. 7:33 left in the first half, 7-0. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on CLGLR, and the Lions with their backs against the wall here. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with a 2nd down on the Lion 5-yard line. Van Kickricks up the middle, and he stopped shy of the goal line at about the 2.
You got to expect them to just keep kind of going with it. They're just going to try and wear down the Lions' defense here and just keep running right at him with Van Kickricks. He's running the ball so well that you can just try and pound it down there and finish it off here. They're in no hurry to score, but just going to keep going right at him.
3rd down and goal, power I formation. Van Tull, the hand right up the middle and busting through to the goal line for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. I believe that was Billy Rankin getting the score for the Nighthawks. With 7:02 left to play in the first half, now a 13-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
That's good old school stuff right there, Jay. For a team that spreads it out with 5 wide receivers and they run around and do a lot of flashy things, when they get inside the 5-yard line, it's nice to see a team get everybody in tight, come up under center, and just play some power football.
Point after attempt coming up here for the Nighthawks. And the kicker again. Late to the party here.
He keeps forgetting the tee.
Yeah, he waits for the swinging gate to come in and set up from the left side before he comes out. It's Logan Block as we await the snap. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 7:02 left in the first half. 14-0. Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading Central Lion George Little Rock. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard, with people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back in Rock Valley, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 14-0. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lion George Little Rock. 7:02 left to play in the first half. A 3-yard touchdown run for the Nighthawks, the latest score for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Now the Lions trail it 14-0. A Lion offense that has been able to move the ball on the ground. They've just made inopportune mistakes at inopportune moments so far here tonight.
Yeah, a couple crucial errors, and that's really been all Boyden Hull Rock Valley's been able to do. The big thing we got to keep playing is keep the field position, make them do a long field, and hopefully we can capitalize.
Short kick for the Nighthawks, fielded off the hop by the Lions. I believe it was White taking it across the 30 to the 33. Nighthawks are calling for a fumble. I believe White was down before the ball came loose, and the Lions will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's the hard part. When you get in that pile there where there's about 6 or 7 guys just balled up in the middle, it's tough when somebody strips the ball away. Granted, the Boyden Hull Rock Valley kid came out with it, but they're saying the forward progress was stopped, and the Lions will maintain possession.
1st down and 10. Central Lion George Little Rock on their own 34 with 6:56 left in the first half. Lions trail it 14-0. Trip receivers right, a single to the left, man in motion right to left as Nagel with the shovel pass to Nick White to the 35 for a gain of 1.
You know, very well read. They're actually going to give us 2 or 3 on that one. Nick White falling forward, doing a good job. And on a play like that, I like the play because you're trying to catch Boyden Hull Rock Valley over pursuing and trying to sneak one underneath of them there and trying to catch those linebackers just coming running right past you and not seeing it, and then possibly busting a big gain.
2nd down and 9 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 35. Nagel in the shotgun. Calls it out, takes a snap, hands right up the middle. Nothing happening there. Right at the line of scrimmage, Van Beek is stood up, or that might have been Netton. Let me see. Yeah, it was Parker Netton, and no gain. In fact, a loss of 1. No, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. So no gain, 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, that was tough. Nothing doing there on that one as it was blown up immediately. They got the push right off the get-go, and the linebackers filled nicely. And Parker, as soon as he got that ball, just got swallowed up by black jerseys.
Inside of 6 minutes left in the first half. Lions trail it 14-0. 3rd and 9 for the Lions from their own 35. Nagel back to pass. Good protection up front. Looking deep. He'll settle for the middle and nobody home. It will be intercepted at the 50-yard line. Well, he was looking for Carter Krull, but Krull was behind Van Kekerix. And Krull was hiding behind Van Kekerix. Van Kekerix was the only man that I saw.
Well, I think his open receiver, his intended receiver on that play was Nick White. Nick White was coming through the line of scrimmage and was going to cut to an out route on the weak side, but slipped and fell as he tried to make the cut because I saw Lucas looking that way immediately, and Nick White was nowhere to be found, so I had to come back, throws into traffic, and another costly turnover.
First down and 10, Boyden Hull Rock Valley in their own territory at their own 48. Van Tull will line up in the shotgun. Takes a snap and a sweep around right end. The ball carried by Billy Rankin. Rankin around the right sideline will be brought down inside the 40 at the 37-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
You know, really starting to wear on our guys. This is where Boyden Hull Rock Valley is really deadly, Jay. It's when you get to the end of these halves like that, where most of the schools around this area have a lot of guys that play both ways. Boyden Hull Rock Valley blessed with just numerous players that can funnel in and out and only play one way.
Van Kekerix up the middle for no gain on first down. Well, they will give him one up to the 36-yard line. So a 2nd and 9 coming up for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. 5:34 left in the first half. A 14-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Well, and I think right now that's got to be your goal if you're Central Lyon George Little Rock with 5.5 to play in this quarter. If you can keep the score at 14-0 going into the half, that's got to be a win for you.
2nd down and 9 for the Nighthawks. A sweep around left end. Here comes Rankin again, tiptoeing through the defense down the sideline, and Rankin carries all the way to the 20-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Man, that was a good cut right there. We had Parker Nett, and he got up the field and actually forced the ball back to the inside, did exactly what he's supposed to do, make that running back come back inside. But just a great seam for him to run through. 1st
and 10 for Boyden Hull Rock Valley, and early whistles before the play was ran here. We'll see what the official signal is. I don't see any flags anywhere on the field. Looks like a timeout was called by Central Lyon George Little Rock. So the Lion defense takes their first timeout. 5:16 left to play in the first half. A 14-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over CLGLR. And right now, if you're the Lions, you got to be thinking they're not exactly lighting the world on fire, this Nighthawk offense. I mean, you've been able to contain them for the most part as long as they're not starting midfield or better.
Yeah, you know, the positive things that we got going on is when we, like I said, when we don't give them a short field and make them go the distance, we've been able to hang right with them. We've been able to move the ball offensively a little bit in times. And defensively, we've done a nice job of stepping up. Right now, like I said, good time out here as they're trying to hurry up offense. As I said, they funnel in guys left and right. They've got fresh linemen each and every down. They're always bringing a couple guys in. They got multiple players everywhere else. And we got so many guys that go both ways, we just get tired. And that's what Boyden Hull Rock Valley tries to do. They try and take advantage of you late in these ball games. And obviously tonight, you know, uncharacteristically hot for the end of October, and it's really taking its toll on the Lion defense.
1st down and 10 for the Nighthawks. Ball spotted on the Lion 20-yard line. Van Tull in the shotgun, takes the snap, and the hand to Rankin over the left end. Rankin will be knocked out of bounds at about the 13 or so. It's on the far side of the field. We're at a poor angle, so you can probably trust the video a lot more than you can my guessing here.
Yeah, and that's a big dude, man. He's a big running back out there. I don't know if this is so much right here on this. They're only saying he's 5'11", 180-some pounds. I don't know if that's correct.
2nd down and 2. Rankin just bowling through tackles into the end zone, and the Nighthawk touchdown coming from 12 yards out. This time by with 5:04 left to play in the first half. Now a 20-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
Yeah, just powering it through right there. And as I said, the hurry-up offense, it's tough for your defense to adjust to it, and just too many athletes out there right now. And Lions got to come back here, and with 5 minutes to play, you know, we've got a chance. We can still score and see if we can't get back in this half and kind of limit some of the damage caused.
Point after attempt coming up from the Nighthawks here. The kicker, Logan Block, looking to go a perfect 3 for 3 on the night. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point. This one is wide left. No good. 5:04 left to play in the first half. 20-0. Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network. Back in Rock Valley, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 20-0. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead over Central Lyon George Little Rock. 5:04 left to play in the first half. And the ensuing kickoff coming up for the Nighthawks following the Rankin 12-yard touchdown run. His second TD of the night for the Nighthawks. Lions back deep to return. White and Van Beek camped out on their own 7-yard line. However, this kick will be going into the wind.
Yeah, kicking into the wind here, and that's going to be something that we failed on the last time, where Nick just misjudged the wind on that one, and that ball hanging up in there. He's got to make sure he gets underneath of this one, gets a catch, and gives us a chance at a return.
Kick coming up from Boyden Hull Rock Valley, a high end-over-end kick. White will field it at about the 10-yard line. Cuts it up middle of the field at the 20, the 25, sidesteps a defender at the 30, breaking for the sideline at the 35, gives a stiff arm at the 40, brought down by the face mask at the 47-yard line, and put 15 yards on top of that.
Well, we'll see if it's the 15 or the 5, as he grabbed it and let go, but he did grab and pull, so I do believe it should be the 15-yarder, but whether or not it's 15 or 5, the Lions, great starting field position. They're going to start inside of Nighthawk territory. Officials talking this one over. They want to know if it's going to be the 5-yard variety, it looks like.
And so the ball will be spotted on the 49 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. And the Lions will take over first down and 10 just into Nighthawk territory with 4:54 left to play in the first half and a 20-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock. On first down and 10, the Lions will line up with twin receivers. Make that a single receiver wide to the right. Make that twins to the right, twins to the left. Now we got an early whistle here on the field. Some confusion on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley defense, but the official is going to call for a restart of the play clock is what the call is going to be. Now we're all set. First and 10 for the Lions on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 49. Nick White in motion. Nagel fakes the hand to White, quarterback keep, and Nagel will take it to the 48 for a gain of 1 on the play.
And that's a tough break there for Nagel as the linebacker for Boyden Hull Rock Valley coming through and making that tackle on that one. Austin Rosenboom, he's the guy that Coach Eben said that you got to identify and you got to make sure you pick up. This time he busts through there and he blows up that play. If he doesn't make that tackle, we've got about 6 or 7 yards for Lucas. But Austin Rosenboom, just an outstanding player at linebacker spot, and the Lions are well aware where he is at.
Second down and 10 for the Lions. The ball on the 49 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel in the shotgun. Quarterback keep will go around at right end this time. Fall forward to the 45 for a pickup of 4 on the carry. And it will be a third down and about 6 coming up.
Yeah, third down and 6 here. I think for the Lions on this third down play, don't necessarily need to throw for it, don't need to try and get that first down. I think if we can pick up another solid 3 to 4 yards and give ourselves fourth down, I think it's definitely a chance that we could probably go for it and try and see if we can't get it. If nothing else, go into that fake punt pooch kick formation and try and utilize that again.
Third down and 6 from the Nighthawk 45. Nagel takes a snap. Quarterback keep, breaks it out right tackle, falls forward to about the 43. Pickup of a couple, and that will set up the Lions with a fourth down and about 4 on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 43 with 3:25 left in the first half, and the Lions trailing 20-0.
Yeah, and Sergio Carbajal was the one who really exploded on that play. He got a great jump off that defensive line spot and really caused the commotion there. Lucas couldn't make that run. He had to make some cuts and find the hole, and the Lions are going to go for it here on fourth down.
Fourth down and 4. Nagel in the shotgun, drops back to pass, protection over the front, throws over the middle behind White into the hands of Krull, incomplete. Nick White was right there wide open, but threw past him for Krull, who had to dive and couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, Krull was open if the pass was there, but the pass was low and in front of him, and he could not come up with it. But, yeah, like I said, Nick White was doing that crossing route there. You hit Nick White, he's got all sorts of running room there, and that's an easy first down for you, but just a missed opportunity there for the Lions.
First down and 10 for the Nighthawks. Ball spotted on their own 42. Van Tull takes the shotgun snap. Quarterback keep around at right end on the sweep. Cuts it back up the middle. Has all kinds of room. Carries into Lion territory down at the 47 of Central Lyon George Little Rock with 2:49 left in the first half and the clock on the move.
Man, that's just the tough part there with Van Hall out there. Such an athlete out there. Lions had that played well. We were stretching it out. We had guys in the backfield, and he just makes some great decisions, makes some great cuts, and gets up the field for 10 yards.
First down and 10 for the Nighthawks. Vantal takes a snap. Quick pass on the right side. The catch is made at the 41-yard line. Close to, we'll say, about a 5-yard gain for Cade Mosier on the play.
Right there, Zed Hymanson coming up and does a good job of hitting him as soon as he gets the ball and bringing him down. But maybe if he gets a little bit quicker jump, maybe has a play on it.
2nd and 5 for the Nighthawks. Hand to Van Kekricks up the middle. Nothing happening there as he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped back for no gain. 2:15 left in the first half. Clock on the move, and the Lions trail 20-0. 3rd down coming up for Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
That's just a great job by Carson Stave. Carson playing that DN spot, got up the field and just crashed down the line of scrimmage as soon as he saw it was a run up the middle.
Vantal in the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Takes a snap. The sweep around the left end to Van Kekricks. And Van Kekricks will be brought down at about the 37. Going to be real close to the first down here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a yard short, 4th down and 1. And we'll see what Boyden Hull Rock Valley chooses to do, see if they come out. Looks like they're going to go for it here, 4th down and short. And they don't even have the big power running back in there. It looks like, I'll bet you're going to see the quarterback run on here. Hopefully the Lions can key on that.
4th and 1. Vantal on the quarterback keep. Just carries up inside the 35. Still on his feet all the way down to the 31-yard line. He gets 6 on the play. And Boyden Hull Rock Valley able to move the chains with 1:24 left in the first half. Lions trail at 20-0.
And that's tough right there. That's when you know your O-line's really getting the job done, when you can get 6 yards on a QB sneak.
Vantal in the shotgun, takes a snap around right end. Here comes Rankin. Rankin gives a stiff arm to one, sidesteps another, bowls through another, and carries all the way down to the 15-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Wow, just some poor tackling on that one. That should have been limited to a 1 to 2 yard gain. But guys trying to wrap up this guy around the shoulder pads, you can't do that. These running backs are way too good, way too strong. And a minute 12 to go. You don't want to give up a touchdown here before the end of the half.
First down and 10 on the Lion 15-yard line. Vantal in the shotgun, takes the snap, dropping back to pass, lobs it up, left corner of the end zone, leaping and incomplete. Pass was intended for Bo DeYoung, and DeYoung, I believe, just lost sight of it.
Oh, yeah, and Lucas Nagel, the linebacker, was actually in coverage on that one, I think, or it was him or Carter. And both getting out there, and best thing they could do is just jump up there and wave their hands in the way and try and deflect it and keep it out of his hands. But the ball was just a little bit overthrown and can't make the catch.
Just over a minute left in the first half. Lions trail at 20-0. Vantal on the quarterback keep, a sweep around left end. Flag on the play as Vantal will scamper in for the touchdown, but this should come back on a hold.
He does get in, just a great athletic run by him, but a hold right away on Rosenboom. Rosenboom out there, and he just has it hanging on to Lucas Nagel. Nagel, the best thing you can do when a guy's holding on to you is you got to try and pull yourself away and show the official that you're being held. Because if you just stand there and don't do anything, the official's just going to let you be held. And so you have to make that effort to get away and show the holding call. And the Lions get a pretty good call on that one.
Following the penalty back to the 21-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 53 seconds left in the first half. 20-0, Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Vantal in the shotgun. Man in motion left to right, takes the snap, rolls out right side, setting up the screen to the left side for Van Kekricks. Can't make the catch, and Van Kekricks will cover it up back at the 32-yard line if that was a backwards pass, but they're going to call it an incomplete pass, which will stop the clock with 48 seconds left.
That's a big break for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. That was a throwback pass there behind the line of scrimmage and behind the running back / wide receiver. I think that's a fumble on that play, but they're going to get the benefit of the clock stopping on the incomplete pass.
Ball set at the 21. Vantal in the shotgun, dropping back to pass again, looking right side, hit as he throws, caught over the middle by Mosier, slips through some poor tackles. Mosier is off to the races, and an open field tackle, a great one by Carter Krull, brings him down at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Nick White's got to make that tackle right away. He makes that catch, and they're probably going to have, right back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and about 10. But instead, it's just, not a very good effort on that. You had him wrapped up, and then you just let him go, and he runs away from him. He's not that big of a guy out there making that catch. He's only 160 pounds, and Nick White should take him down. But good job by Carter Crawl to save the touchdown and nonetheless even bring up 4th down.
34 seconds left. A timeout called by Boyden Hall Rock Valley. It will be a 1st down and a goal for the Nighthawks with the ball on the 7-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Oh, they're going to call it a 4th down at 5. Pardon me.
Yeah, 4th down and 5. They're going to say that Carter got him and got the knee down on the far side there. So they're going to make it 4th down. And Boyden Hall Rock Valley, what I bet they're talking about is, do you go for it here on 4th down, or do you try and kick a field goal and just extend your lead?
Well, we'll see what the Nighthawks elect to do here. I would imagine they'd go for it, especially after the last extra point try. But we'll see what they elect to do and essentially practice for the playoff round here for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Looks like a student body to the right is coming our way with Van Hull in the shotgun formation.
And
on 4th and 5.
And an empty backfield, you got to expect that the quarterback's going to run that.
Now the Lions are going to take a timeout of their own on the defensive side of the ball. With 34 seconds left to play in the first half, 20-0, Boyden Hall Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Lions obviously wanted to take a look there, Jay. They wanted to see the formation that was going to come from Boyden Hall Rock Valley. And as you said, when they load up the right side like that, empty backfield, you know that they're going to let that quarterback run, and he's just going to run power side around that. We run the same kind of stuff for Lucas, and that guy's too good of an athlete. We got to be ready to key on him taking this ball, and especially if it's empty backfield, you know the quarterback's probably going to run on this.
Well, a reminder, coming up on Monday night, the Central Lyon volleyball team going to be playing host to North Union in tournament play. That's Monday night at Central Lyon High School. If you can't make it out for the match, you can tune in right here on the Lyon Broadcast Network for all the coverage. We'll do it again. 4th and 5. Boyden Hall Rock Valley on the 7 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Van Hull in the shotgun, rolling out to the right side. He'll tuck it. He'll run it. Van Hull will cross the goal line for the Nighthawk touchdown with 28 seconds left and now a 26-0 lead.
Yeah, that's tough right there. You got guys going out there and passing routes and a capable thrower in Van Hull. And as soon as he sees that our coverage guys are standing back in their end zone, he knows he can beat them there. He just puts the ball down, tucks it, and runs, and easy touchdown for the Nighthawks.
Point after attempt coming up here. We'll see if the Nighthawks go for 2 to get this up to 28-0, and yes, they will, as Van Hull will line up in the shotgun. Everybody wide right. Actually, we do got a single out wide to the left. Van Hull will move to the right. Looking to throw, man wide open. That's Mosier in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 23 seconds left to play in the first half. 28-0. Boyden Hall Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. You're listening to Lyon Football on the Lyon Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Back in Rock Valley, 28-0. Boyden Hall Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. 23 seconds left to play in the first half. Boyden Hall Rock Valley's latest score coming at the expense of the Lions here late in the first half. Ensuing kickoff coming up.
You know, Jay, and unless you get another big return out of Nick White like we did on the last one, you got to expect that if you don't get that kind of a return, you're definitely going to probably just take a knee on it and go into the half. But Boyden Hall Rock Valley are going to change things up. They're going to move the ball over here to the right hash and try and kick away from Nick White and not even give him that opportunity.
Ball is teed up on the 40-yard line, and Bo DeYoung will do the kicking. As DeYoung marks his steps off, as Joel mentioned, the opposite hash now for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. DeYoung just a short end-over-end pooch kick at the 25, fielded by the Lions to the 30-yard line, up across the 30 to the 31, where the Lions will have it first down and 10. One timeout to their credit with 18 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Yeah, nice job there by the back Nate Deach to come up there and make the catch. and try and reverse the field and make something out of it. Just couldn't quite do it. Good coverage by Boyd and Rock Valley. They really cut off half the field when they do that little pooch kick and move the ball over to that side. It makes it pretty easy to defend.
First down and 10 for the Lions. As Nick White will set up to the right side of Nagel. Nagel in the shotgun takes a snap, hands to White up the middle. Lions will just eat it here to get us to the half. 28-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock, as the teams will hit the locker rooms for the half here tonight in Rock Valley. And that will bring us to the halftime report. Lucas Nagel will be joining us in our Players Spotlight in the Lions Den coming up at the half here tonight. And we'll have much more coming up on our halftime report from Rock Valley. Your score at the half, Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading Central Lyon George Little Rock 28-0. Stay tuned. The halftime report is coming up next when we return from Rock Valley. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Autumn, a time for new school activities, fall festivals, raking leaves, winterizing your home, and for farmers, harvest, putting in long hours, working hard from sunup to sundown. Minimize some of your stress by working with DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne to maximize your precious available time. Call DeNoble Austin & Company PC today for help with all your accounting and tax needs. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Hey, we welcome you back to the Lions Den here at the half. We get together with one of our Central Lyon George Little Rock football players. This week we're being joined by Lucas Nagel. Lucas, thanks for joining us here this week.
Thank you.
Lucas, let's talk about your family a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your parents and your home life.
My mom is Danelle Nagel. She stays at home and she helps on the farm. And my dad is Brad Nagel and he's a farmer. And then I have an older brother. He's 24 and he helps on the farm also. I have an older sister, she's 27, and she's a doctor in Rochester.
Very good. Well, let's talk about it, Lucas. You're the guy we hear about. We hear your name all the time. Everybody sees your name. Let's talk about your jobs on the football field. Tell us a little bit about the positions that you cover out there and then some of the responsibilities that go with those spots.
So I'm quarterback, and my job is to run the offense, and it's my job to get the ball out to the people that I can at the right time. And then I also play outside linebacker, and my job is to fill my gap correctly and make sure that I make the tackle when I get the chance.
Now, does it help playing defense? So when you go over to the quarterback spot, does it help knowing that you are a defensive player, how to read the defense and what might be coming your way?
Yes, that being a linebacker, I can usually assume what they are going to do on the other side of the ball, so that helps quite a bit.
Well, let's take you off the football field. Let's bring you into the classroom. You're a junior at George Little Rock this year. Tell us a little bit about some of the classes you're taking in your junior year.
For my math class, I'm taking Algebra 2, and I'm also in chemistry and a few ag classes.
Sounds like a good class load so far for your junior year, getting set up for next year, starting to get maybe some of those college classes, looking forward to those in your senior year. Well, let's talk about some of the other things that you might be involved in. Tell us about maybe some of the other sports or other extracurricular activities that you do.
I also play basketball, I run track and play baseball, and then I'm also involved in FFA.
Sounds like you keep pretty busy out there for yourself as a junior. And well, let's talk a little bit about next year. Let's go on to you're going to be a senior coming up, and you'll be obviously a leader on this football team. You started as a sophomore, you started as a junior now. What is some advice that we can tell them kids coming up to, and what are some things you might be looking forward to in your senior year?
For the kids coming up, I would just advise them to go as hard as they can in everything that they do. Put in the extra work, it'll definitely pay off. And then just listen to your coaches. They're there to help you, and they'll definitely do their best for you.
Well, as we said, you've been a 2-year starter for us. You still got a year to go. What are some of the things that maybe you can remember over the last 2 years that might be memorable, or what are some of your favorite parts about being on this football team?
One of my favorite parts is just getting out, and being able to be out here with the guys every day. It's a great time just being out there. I've had a chance to be a part of some great teams, and I've had some great memories over the years.
Well, Lucas, we appreciate you spending some time with us here this week, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Back in Rock Valley at the half, a 28-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight, as the Boyden Hull Rock Valley Marching Band keeps the fans entertained at the half here tonight. Season finale for the Lions. Of course, Boyden Hull Rock Valley will be playoff bound coming up next Friday night. They will play here in Rock Valley against an opponent yet to be determined. Of course, the last hurrah for the Lions. And Joel, if you're Central Lyon George Little Rock right now, you got one half of football left to play, and you showed some good signs there in that first half on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. At times, the Lions were able to hang right with them.
Yeah, we definitely need to go into the half, and there's lots of positive things that we can work on here. You know, you think, it's 28-0, and what do you do about that? You know, and you're down by 4 touchdowns. Well, in all reality, at the end of the first quarter, it's 7-0. You know, and then as the second quarter went on, you could definitely see the attrition there, where the ability to make the substitutions there, rotate guys in and out. Boyden Hull Rock Valley, they've just got multiple players that they can put at multiple positions, and they really do a good job of keeping their guys fresh on the field. And as you got into that later part of that second quarter, and then after a couple turnovers, giving them some short fields, they were really able to take advantage of us, and they went into that hurry-up offense, made it really hard for us to adjust and catch our breath, especially with those two-way players.
Well, the Lions have been able to move the ball pretty well on the ground at times here in this first half. And as Joel mentioned, the defensive side of the ball as well. As long as Boyden Hull Rock Valley wasn't dealing with half a field, you know, if you made them drive the distance, the defense was able to get that punt team on pretty quick after Boyden Hull Rock Valley took over possession. Of course, the turnovers and the mistakes, what did the Lions in here the last half of that second quarter that put us at 28-0 here at the half. But the focal point right now, you got half of football left to play for the 2017 season, and certainly for the seniors for your career, you come out and you lay it all out on the field. You leave it all here tonight because there's no football after this.
Absolutely. You got to go out there and the best thing would be is if we can get out there, get these seniors some points on the board. You know, if they can march it down there, finish off a drive, that'd be a big success for them. You don't want to get a 0 in your last game. You know, you want to make sure you get into the end zone. And if we can do a good job of, like, limiting them like we did in the first quarter, we really got after them in that first quarter, and we really we played right with them. The only touchdown they had was one we gave them to them after we had some mistakes. We had a punt out of our own end zone, and we gave them the ball in the 40-some yard line, and it made it pretty easy for them to go in and score on that. Other than that, we went back and forth with them. We moved the ball. We were able to shut them down defensively, and those are the things we got to look for here in the second half moving on forward throughout this game. And it's just one of those things where you don't want to see the kids give up just because they're down at the half.
Well, 28-0, that is the score. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Big thanks to our sponsors here on the Lion Broadcast Network. They've been with us all season long. Of course, all events here on the Lion Broadcast Network brought to you by many fine sponsors, including Avera Health, Frontier Bank, the Pizza Ranch, DeNoble, Austin & Company, the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Premier Bank, and Sanford Health, bringing you all the action right here on the Lion Broadcast Network. And coming up on Monday night, it is volleyball for the Central Lyon Lions. The Lady Lion volleyball team be hosting North Union in tournament play coming up on Monday night at Central Lyon High School. We'd obviously prefer you to be at the high school, but if for whatever reason you can't make it, you can tune in for all the action right here on the Lion Broadcast Network.
And Jay, we do have to bring up a big note of things. If you are planning to listen to that volleyball match on Monday, that will be audio only.
Right.
The State High School Association does not allow us to use video during tournament games, so it will be audio only, just so you're aware.
Make note of that. Also coming up later on this month, October 26th, that's a Thursday. Also Saturday, October 28th, the high school musical performance of Shrek going to be in the high school auditorium. That is at 7:30 p.m. both nights, so you want to mark that on your calendars. Thursday, October 26th, and Saturday, October 28th. Also, parents make note, parent-teacher conferences coming up on Monday, October the 30th, and Thursday, November 2nd. That is for Central Lyon High School. Joel's got to look at the out-of-town scoreboard here at the half tonight.
Yeah, a couple other scores from around the area and around the district out there. The big one that we're really looking at is the Sheldon Orabs, obviously sitting third in our district. Obviously, Sioux Center beating them by a point earlier a couple weeks back, setting themselves up into that second spot. Sheldon playing Cherokee tonight. Sheldon has an opportunity to be one of those wild card teams. They need a big win, and then they need some of the other teams around the state to suffer some pretty significant losses out there. But at the half, Sheldon all over Cherokee, 55-0 at the half. Elsewhere around there, MOC Floyd Valley leading Esterville Lincoln Central 21-7. Sioux Center is leading Pocahontas 26-8, and West Lyon all over Emmetsburg 42-0 over there in the third quarter. So for some of those area scores around the area.
Well, the score here in Rock Valley, 28-0 at the half. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Stay tuned. We'll have the second half when we return from Rock Valley. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Autumn, a time for new school activities, fall festivals, raking leaves, winterizing your home, and for farmers, harvest, putting in long hours, working hard from sunup to sundown. Minimize some of your stress by working with DeNoble Austin and Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne to maximize your precious available time. Call DeNoble Austin and Company PC today for help with all your accounting and tax needs. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Back in Rock Valley as we get set for the start of the second half of play here tonight. A 28-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock, as the Central Lyon George Little Rock football team will be kicking off to start things off here in the second half tonight. Boyden Hull Rock Valley will get the ball to start things out. And certainly if you're this Lion defense, you want to get off the field as quickly as possible here to start things off in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that we did in the first half. We forced them to a 3-and-out on their first possession and got the ball back. We just couldn't quite do nothing with it. But, definitely defense can come out here and get a stop right away, get the ball back, and give the offense something to work with. And if we can get the ball back near midfield or, on our own 40-yard line to start our first possession, move it down the field, and like I said, it'd be a big feather in their cap if they can get some points on the board here in the third quarter.
12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 3 as Romel Lopez will do the kicking for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Romel teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep to return, it looks like Mosier back deep for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Also Cody Post back deep to return. Both ball players standing on their own 5-yard line. As Romel with the ball teed up on the 40, breaks the huddle, approaches and gives the ball the boot. A high end-over-end kick from Lopez, fielded at the 3 by Mosier. Breaking for the far sideline to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, where Boyden Hull Rock Valley will start 1st and 10 on their own 40.
Yeah, I was looking for Romel over there. He was in there. I think he was going for the tackle. Obviously, Romel, our senior kicker, going to miss that little guy out there. But
yeah.
He's always told to stay away from those. But he was over there. He's going to get his nose dirty and see if he can't get a tackle in his last game.
1st down and 10, Boyden Hull Rock Valley with Van Tull in the shotgun. Man in motion left to right, and Van Tull will hand to the motion man. The sweep coming around right end for the Nighthawks. That is Isaac Munoz carrying to the 47-yard line, about 3 yards shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, we'll see. Has Boyden Hull Rock Valley starting to definitely have this game in command. They've got different personnel in already here in the second half. And we'll see how long before Coach Eben decides to take his guys out.
Looks like Keaton Mosier will play the quarterback position, and Mosier keeps it himself, rolling around to right end. He's got a 1st down and more into Lion territory at the 37-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
That was just a huge hole there as they've got a guy down there on the sidelines. It looks like it is that quarterback. down for Boyden Hall Rock Valley, but just a huge push up front by those offensive linemen to just shove and enforce their will and make that a pretty easy first down.
Injury timeout, ball spotted on the 37 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 11:21 left to play in the third quarter. A 28-0 advantage for Boyden Hall Rock Valley over CLGLR.
Lions obviously here not starting off the quarter like we wanted to. We've got a lot of reserve players in for Boyden Hall Rock Valley, but they've got talent all over the place. I mean, even their reserves, there's not much drop-off there. And they're kind of rotating a couple in. They've got a couple reserves in and a couple starters in the ballgame as well. And obviously tough to see a guy down injured there on the sidelines. Boyden Hall Rock Valley has had some definite injuries throughout the season. I think they've had 3 ACL tears throughout the year, and they've lost some pretty solid players. But they just keep rotating more guys in, and that's kind of the blessing of having the numbers. I mean, you look at all the kids standing over there on that sideline. They've got guys to choose from left and right, and that's just a great thing to have.
Well, in the midst of an injury timeout for Boyden Hall Rock Valley at this time, probably an opportunistic timeout for this Lion defense, because up front we got pushed around on the first 2 plays of the second half so far here tonight.
Yeah, and definitely time to make some adjustments because they obviously – made their adjustments at the half, and they've been very effective. They got a great return and then 2 back-to-back really solid plays out there. So a good time to maybe you came out, you weren't quite ready, you weren't quite awake. We took plenty of time out there during the half before we came out, and maybe we felt a little rushed. Now you come out here and try and refocus and see if you can't stand up and get a stop.
Looks like Mosier will check out of the ball game, and Van Hall, will check back in. First down and 10, ball spotted at the 37 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Van Hall in the shotgun, man in motion, that is Munoz. He'll take the hand from Van Hall around at right end, cuts it up over right tackle, and he's brought down at the 34-yard line for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, Matuska doing a nice job there, that middle linebacker spot as the running back Munoz cuts it back up the field. And he's sitting there ready for him, breaks down, does a good job of bringing him down for a minimal gain.
Second down and 6, Boyden Hall Rock Valley with the ball spotted on the 34 of CLGLR. And now the Nighthawks going to be lined up into the neutral zone once again here, I think.
Yeah, they've been caught a couple times on there. That slot receiver, usually the outside receiver will check with the sideline judge on where he's at and if he is on the line of scrimmage or off. And they're going to give a false start as lined up in the neutral zone by that slot receiver, and Boyden Hall Rock Valley is questioning it, but nonetheless the penalty will be enforced.
Mark back to the 37-yard line, second down and about 9. Coming up for the Nighthawks. Van Hall with the hand, up the middle of the field, breaking it out to the right side and down the right sideline. The ball carrier, Bo Solberg. Solberg will carry to the 23-yard line.
You know, and that just talks about it there, Jay. You're noticing all the different names that we got to throw out there, whether it's the quarterback or the multiple guys getting the ball at the running back spot on those sweeps, and all of them very capable to run behind this big offensive line.
First down and 10. Van Hall in the shotgun, calls it out. Here's a counter to Solberg over the left side, just cutting through traffic to the 15-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. With 10:34 left in the third quarter, clock on the move. Lions trail it 28-0.
Yeah, you're seeing one thing out of these linemen out here. Even if we do get the push right off the bat, Jay, and we get some penetration, they immediately go into a cut block situation where they drop down and try and take our guys out at the knees and at least bring them down to the ground where they can't make a tackle.
Second down and 2. Munoz will sweep around left end on the hand from Van Hall. Munoz close to the goal, but I believe he was knocked out of bounds beforehand.
Yeah, good job there by Munoz to just get to the corner and get upfield. And not very big guys out there. You look at Munoz out there, he's like 5'7", 150, 160 pounds out there. But obviously he's got some wheels to him under there, but doesn't shy away from any kind of contact either.
First down and a goal. Boyden Hall Rock Valley on the 3 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Van Hall in the shotgun. He'll hand to Munoz. He'll cut it up the middle. And Munoz brought down at about the 1-yard line, shy of the goal line.
Yeah, we'll see if they try and stay in the spread formation. Usually they get down inside the 5-yard line like that. We've seen Boyden Hall Rock Valley get in tight and come up under center and just power it in.
First down and goal for the Nighthawks. Ball spotted on the 1 of CLGLR. Van Tall showing a shotgun, and he will stay in the shotgun. The hand of Munoz on the sweep over the right side. Munoz will walk in this time for the Nighthawk touchdown with 9:34 left in the third quarter, and the Lions trailing 34-0.
Yeah, Munoz there just with the speed to just beat us to the corner on that. He's only got to make 1 yard up the field, and he's fast enough that he can outrun most of our defenders, and he just gets the one arm up there and does a great job of stiff arming Nick White to just give himself that extra room into the end zone.
Well, the all-important point after here, because this extra point is what is separating us from running clock at this moment. A 35-point lead for Boyden Hull Rock Valley would get this clock moving here tonight in Rock Valley. And new kicker for the extra point, it's going to be Bo DeYoung. As we await the snap. The snap is a good one. The hold is down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. 9:34 left to play in the third quarter, 35-0. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Rock Valley, a 35-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock. 9:34 left to play in the third quarter. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Central Lyon George Little Rock football 2017 coming to a close here tonight for the regular season and the 2017 season in general for the Lions. And a 35-0 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. That means a running clock as soon as this second half kickoff, or I should say ensuing kickoff, is underway.
Yeah, and that's going to make the second half go really quick. And now, granted, if the Lions can move the ball down the field and get some points on the board, Jay, and get back under that 35, we'll go back to standard scoring, and we'll see if the Lions can do that.
As DeYoung approaches for Boyden Hull Rock Valley, gives the ball the boot, a low line drive kick. White will take it off the hop of the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30-yard line, or out across the 30 to the 32, where the Lion offense will start first and 10.
Lions will bring their guys back out onto the field, and Jay, as I said, with the clock rolling like this, it's going to be hard to make this thing look a little bit better, but obviously if the Lions want to get that touchdown here, this is a very important drive. You know, if we're going to get things going, we've got to get going on this time, because if we give the ball back to Boyden Hull Rock Valley, they're going to be able to work a lot of time off the clock.
First down and 10, CLGLR on their own 33. Nagel in the shotgun, quarterback keep, breaks it out left side, cuts it back up the middle, and Nagel's got a first down across the 45 out to the 46-yard line.
You know, and there it was again. You know, we talked about that in the first half, Jay. When Lucas has that lane that he can see, if the lane is there, he definitely knows where to go with it and can get some really good positive yards. It's when he has to guess at where it is or wait for that lane to open is where he gets himself in trouble. There is a nice block up front there, had a nice seam to run through, and good yards.
First down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock on the 46. That would be their own, and Nagel on the quarterback keep. A little too much time for that to develop in the backfield. Did get a yard up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, and right there he wanted to go through the middle, through the tackles, just like he did on the last one. Wasn't there. It was filled by a linebacker, had to bust it to the outside, and that just allows this Nighthawk defense to pursue enough to only bring them down for a small gain.
Second down and 9, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 47-yard, the Lion 47-yard line, rather. Nagel in the shotgun, trip receivers left, a single to the right as Nagel takes a snap, quick pass, left side, Carter Krull. Krull will come back around and take it up to midfield for a 3-yard pickup, setting up a third down and about 6 for the Lions.
Yeah, third down and 6 there. Good job by Carter to, first of all, make the catch, and he made the first guy miss. Put a nice little move on him to get back into the inside. Otherwise, he's going to lose yards on that. So to get 3 yards was a great effort there by Carter Krull.
Clock is at 7:24 and on the move here in the third quarter. A 35-0 lead for Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Central Lyon George Little Rock. Ball spotted on the midfield stripe, a 3rd and 6 for the Lions. Nagel takes a snap, hands to Van Beek, dropped in the backfield at the 47-yard line. Pardon me, that was Colton Van Beek. At the 48 they'll give him, but still a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, and Austin Rosenboom there, the linebacker, once again. This kid plays like he's 6'3", 210 pounds. He's 5'8", 160 pounds, but he is a beast at linebacker, and we're forced to punt the ball away.
Buss gets a high snap, able to corral it, gets the punt off, and a high end-over-end punt will hop inside the 25. Picked up off the bounce. Nobody was around. Mosier will take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Pardon me, that was Austin Rosenboom on the run back for Boyden Hull Rock Valley. So a heads-up play there.
Yeah, Cade Greasy, the ball almost hit him when it came down there, but it fell behind him, so he had no clue where the ball was, and he just kept running down the field. And never came back and looked for it. Very well aware by the Boyden Hull Rock Valley guys to go up there and field it and get downfield for more yards.
Ball spotted on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 41, 6:30 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and the clock is stopped.
I think we're changing footballs here. Or do we have a penalty?
Oh, we're going to have a penalty on Boyden Hull Rock Valley here on the punt.
Wow, and that was back early, like on the snap. We'll see if it looks like an offsides, and the Lions are going to come out, and we'll see if they choose to go for it here. It looks like they're going to be put in like a 4th and 3 situation. Lions sending the punter is still out there in bus. Lions not sure what they should do. Now they're going to go into an offensive set.
Well, a late flag, if any flag at all. Didn't see anything on the field, so now a 4th down and 3 for the Lions. Ball spot on the 47 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Lions will line up with Nagel in the shotgun, twins to each side. Nagel dropping back to pass, rolling out to the right side, looking downfield over the middle for Carter Kroll, who dives and makes the catch at the 30-yard line of Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
Well, and I think Lucas was thinking about running there, and at the last second he sees Carter running behind the linebacker and pulls up there and makes the throw. Good job by Carter once again to make the catch, and excited to see what this kid's going to bring over the next couple of years.
1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the 30-yard line, just inside the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 30. Nagel will line him up in the shotgun, split receiver wide to the left. Nagel calls it out, crawl in motion right to left. Nagel on the quarterback keeper round right end, has room to roam. Nagel will cut inside the 25, knocked out of bounds at about the 23, maybe the 22-yard line of Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
And right there is one of those situations, Jay, where Lucas just forgets how big he is out there. He's trying to tiptoe around. The defender's trying to make cuts and get by him there. He forgets that he's 210 pounds, and he just needs to put the shoulder down and run through him.
2nd down and about 4 for the Lions on the 24 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel, quick pass, left side, in and out of the hands of Kroll, incomplete. That was inside the 20. Would have been right at the 1st down stick, but the pass falls incomplete. And a 3rd down coming up, 4:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter, clock on the move.
Yeah, Lucas saw the blitz coming and was going to go quick hot route there, and it's a nice little easy hook route, but just throws it behind Carter, and he can't bring it in.
So a 3rd down and 4 for the Lions on the 23 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel takes a snap, looking out left side. He'll tuck it, he'll run it to about the 20, going to be just shy of the 1st down, I believe, by about a yard, and it will be a 4th and 1 coming up for the Lions.
Yeah, and that's a good job there by Lucas to really make something out of a busted play. Not so sure about the play call there of trying to get to the outside. When you got 3rd down and 3, you definitely want to just move the ball forward, and why are we waiting to run down the field with Lucas here? I think we just need to give it to him. And right here, I think Lucas needs to keep the ball in his hands at all times.
4th down and 1 for the Lions on the 20 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel in the shotgun, man in motion right to left. Quarterback keep up the middle. Nagel has the 1st down up to the 15-yard line, and the chains will move once again with 3:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and the clock on the move. Lions trail it 35-0.
Yeah, Lions showing some life there after they got bailed out in the penalty on that punt, and showing some good things here on the offensive side of the ball. It'd be nice to punch one in here and get back to regular clock time.
First down and 10 on the 14 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel in the shotgun. Oh, snap off his face mask, and Nagel corralled it, but going to lose 5 yards. Well, they'll give him the 18 as the original spot, so only a loss of about 3 on the snap.
Wow, and very lucky there as the ball went right through his hands, hit him in the face mask, like you said, Jay, and it took a nice bounce off the turf that he was able to grab it, and it goes down, but that's just things. That's kind of been the way the season has gone for the Lions here this year. Is we've got good things going, and then just one of those little mishaps happens, and it really can take us out of a drive.
Second down and about 13 on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 18. A counter to Van Beek around right end. Nobody's fooled on the Nighthawks, and Van Beek will be brought down by a host of Nighthawks back at the 21-yard line, so the Lions continue to move the wrong direction here.
Yeah, and that's tough right there after you just did a really nice job on fourth down to get a big play and get yourself into the red zone, and now 2 back-to-back negative plays for you. And now we're going to be forcing our hand to throwing the ball, and definitely not one of our strong suits throwing the ball, but something we're going to have to do. But obviously we're in 4-down territory, so you don't need to get it all. We can go for half of it here.
Third down and 17 on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 21. Now we got an early flag coming up here on the Lions. And we'll continue the march backwards with 2:13 left to play in the third quarter. Lions trail at 35-0.
Well, and I think we know it was a bad situation there when Ross Wiertzma is standing there on the line of scrimmage. He never moved from his left tackle spot when we had other linemen moving, and obviously guys not knowing the snap count.
Inside of 2 minutes left in the third quarter, third down and 22 now for the Lions with the ball spotted on the 26 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel back to pass, lets it go down the left sideline. Nick White comes back and makes the catch at the 4-yard line, and the Lions will be camped out with a first and goal inside the 5 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
Boy, that's a tough catch there for Nick White. He comes back on it and then reaches over top of the helmet of the defender to make the catch, but first down and goal, and the Lions are going to hurry up over it.
First down and goal at the 4 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Nagel in the shotgun. White in motion, left to right. Nagel on the quarterback keep, breaks it out right side and finds his way in for the Lion touchdown with 1:20 left to play in the third quarter. 35-6. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead over Central Lyon George Little Rock, and the Lions have taken away running time.
Well, that's a confidence booster out there to capitalize on a Boyden Hull Rock Valley mishap and not letting those negative plays hurt them there. They had, 3 basically negative plays in a row, pushed them way behind the chains, able to dig themselves out of that hole and punch one in and get some points on the board.
Point after attempt coming up here for the Lions. Looks like Carter Krull will do the kicking as Murray, the long snapper, had to run and get the tee. Murray will do the snapping. Wright will do the holding. Krull will do the kicking. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is blocked. Extra point is blocked. 1:18 left to play in the third quarter. 35-6. Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back in Rock Valley with 1:18 left to play in the third quarter. 35-6. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions marching down the field and putting together a drive. Picking up a score on a 4-yard touchdown run from Lucas Nagel. The point after attempt was blocked, and the Lions trail at 35-6. But what that does do is it takes away running time, at least for the time being.
Yeah, absolutely. And the bad part about missing an extra point now, though, is if Boyden Hull Rock Valley scores, they don't need the extra point to get back into that mode. But it might give us a little bit more time and give our guys a little bit longer time on the field.
Well, the good part is we get to see Romel Lopez do his work again, and that's exactly what Romel did as he put that one into the end zone for the touchback. And Romel, a senior, he's one of our many seniors that we got on this team. He's only stands 5'7", 135, but I tell you what, all 5'7" of that could be all leg. This kid's got a leg.
Yeah, he's a kicking specialist. That's all we
Yes,
ask him to do, but that's all he likes to do. And he's going to be one of those kids. He's got a great attitude. He's actually pretty funny at practice and stuff like that. And he kids around with kids. He actually plays in a soccer league over in Sioux Center, and I know our kids have gone over there and watched him play soccer a few times, and he's really fit in well at CLGLR, and he's going to be one of them kids we're going to miss.
I tell you what, nobody gets more head and shoulder pad slaps than Romel when he comes off the field, too, from his fellow teammates. Very popular player on this team. Van Tall in the shotgun on first down. Pardon me, this is not Van Tall. This is at quarterback. I believe it's Carter Olson in at quarterback for Boyden Hull Rock Valley, and the first down carry for no gain at the 20 with 1:05 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Olson in the quarterback now. Obviously, Keaton Mosier went out with an injury earlier in this one, so Carter coming in now to run the quarterback spot, and Boyden Hull Rock Valley starting to rotate some of those guys into the ball game, and about half starters, half backups for the Nighthawks.
Second down and at 10 from their own 20. Olson will take the snap, hand it right up the middle, and the carry will go to Bo Solberg. Solberg will carry to the 24 for a pickup of 4, and a third down and 6 for the Nighthawks coming up with 33 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Nighthawks not doing anything fancy here. They're just kind of running the ball up the middle, trying to move the chains at will, and just kind of keeping the clock going, and they're going to limit our time of possession the best they can.
Third down and 6, Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the ball on their own 24-yard line. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Olson in the shotgun, calls it out, man in motion right to left. That is Munoz. He'll take the carry, and Munoz hemmed in around the left end. He'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Fourth down for Boyden Hull Rock Valley coming up. That will run out the clock on quarter number 3. After 3 quarters complete, 35-6. Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading at Central Lion George Little Rock. Fourth quarter is coming up next. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Autumn, a time for new school activities, fall festivals, raking leaves, winterizing your home, and for farmers, harvest, putting in long hours, working hard from sunup to sundown. Minimize some of your stress by working with DeNoble Austin & Company PC certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne to maximize your precious available time. Call DeNoble Austin & Company PC today for help with all your accounting and tax needs. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Rock Valley with 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 4, 35-6. Boyden Hull Rock Valley leading at Central Lion George Little Rock, and a punt for the Nighthawks to kick off the fourth quarter. Punt is in the air, a high end-over-end punt. Nick White will let it go as it bounces out of bounds at about the 29, maybe the 30-yard line of Central Lion George Little Rock, and that is where the Lions will take over first and 10.
Well, the clock has stopped here in the fourth quarter as the Lions are back into regular standard scoring time. And that's an advantage for our offense here. If we don't have to play too hurry up on this one, we can take our time. You know, if we have an incomplete pass, you know, the clock is going to stop. It's going to play to our factors here. And we can be a little bit more precise in what we're going to do instead of having to be so rushed.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 30-yard line. With 11:52 left in the ball game, 35-6. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead. Nagel in the shotgun, calls it out, crawl in motion right to left. Nagel will go the other way, and a pitch on the right side to Colton Van Beek. Van Beek breaks for the sidelines to the 40-yard line, takes a heavy lick, and he's knocked out of bounds and possibly knocked silly as Van Beek's not getting up anytime soon. The 40-yard line, he's very close to the first down, but he was decleated at the end of that play.
Yeah, and that was it was a clean hit. I mean, obviously, he was trying to outrun the defenders, tries to put the shoulder down to get the first down yardage. He is going to get the first down as they already they motioned that. They put the ball on the 40-yard line. And as he's fighting for that yard, the safety came over and just laid a hit, a good hard hit on the sidelines there. And Colton is definitely down there and in some pain.
Well, Colton Van Beek, he's been answering the bell all season long in the backfield, both offensively and defensively. We've seen Colton play both ways all season long. Another one of these fine seniors that we're certainly going to miss this year, as this kid not only makes plays on both sides of the ball, but you can tell he has fun when he's out there too.
Yeah, he's a good runner for us. He's got the speed out there. He's definitely very shifty, and he's one of those kids that we've really gotten to see him develop throughout the season and develop as a runner. We talked about him earlier. Early in the season, he did a lot of dancing, a little jumping back and forth in the backfield. And in those late games, he really figured out how fast he could be and explosive he could be. And going to be one of those kids that will be missed in the backfield.
First down and 10 for the Lions with the ball on their own 40. Nagel will quarterback keep right up the middle, and not a whole lot doing there. I believe they're just going to mark him down maybe a half-yard gain, and that's about it.
Yeah, swallowed up pretty easily there. Boyd Hall Rock Valley did a good job of that was the linebackers. They were blitzing. We were going through that hole, and they brought the right pick on that package and able to hit us. Falling forward for a positive gain, those are things that are going to happen, but those things also develop the other plays that we can run from that.
Second down, we'll call it about 9 for the Lions with the ball just shy of their own 41. Nagel in the shotgun with crawl in motion. Quick pass right side, tipped and incomplete. Clock will stop on the incompletion with 10:59 left in the ball game. Lions trail at 35-6, and a 3rd and 9 coming up.
Ooh, that was close too, Jay, on that slant pattern there. Elliott Van Kickerix got the hands up and knocked it into the air. And a good thing was we threw it hard enough that it went flying off his hands where he couldn't get to the catch, but very aware by that linebacker to try and get the tip drill.
3rd down and 9 for the Lions with the ball spotted on their own 41. Nagel will line up in the shotgun, everybody in tight up front. As Nagel calls it out, takes a snap, drops back to pass. Nagel looking left side in the flat for White, just threw it and led him a little too far. Pass will fall incomplete.
Yeah, had him open there. White did a good job of running that little out pattern, but Lucas just could not connect. Throwing across the body once again. It's just one of those things we talked about that Lucas is going to work on here in the offseason and really fine-tune that arm. And we're going to make this kid a quarterback that's really going to be effective next year.
Lions will punt the ball away. Buss back on his own 26, fields the snap and gets off a low line drive. End over end punt will take a nice hop into the hands of Mosier at the 15, and a nice tackle by the Lions downfield as flags fly all over. Mosier is brought down at about the 19-yard line. We'll see what the flags are.
Yeah, not sure exactly. I didn't see a hold over there, but they might catch one of the upbacks on that hold. And we'll see exactly what the officials are going to call and walk off here. They are going to call a holding penalty against Boyd Hall Rock Valley. So what was a good punt down to the 20-yard line is going to turn into a really good punt after they mark off the penalty yardage.
Well, the Lion defense back out on the field, and as we continue to salute our seniors, how about Matty Matuska? Matt Matuska, one of the leaders on this defense at that linebacker position, stands 5'10", 187, but he can hit like a Mack truck when he's coming through.
Yeah, he's the captain of that defense out there in the middle, and old Red there with the nice big old bright locks.
Yeah, he's got the locks too.
We like him.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Matuska, the linebacker, captain of the defense, one of the defensive leaders, no doubt. One of the team leaders on this team as well. Another one of the fine seniors that will be missed that we're saying goodbye to here tonight.
About a 4-yard run there for Boyd Hall Rock Valley, setting up 2nd down and 6.
And the Nighthawks with the ball spotted on their own 13-yard line with 10:15 left in the 4th quarter. Line up in the shotgun formation. It's Olson once again. Olson takes a snap and he'll hand, and this goes over the left side again to Solberg. Solberg will carry to about the 26-yard line, or pardon me, the 16 rather, and he's going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, did a nice job there of sidestepping a few defenders to get positive yards and get downfield for 3 or a couple yards and set up 3rd down and short for him.
So a 3rd down and about 4 coming up for Boyd Hall Rock Valley on their own 17-yard line. Olson lined up in the shotgun once again, calls it out, takes a snap, quick hand right up the middle, and tippy-toeing through traffic for the first down up to the 20-yard line. Is the back, was that Solberg again? Yes, it was, and he'll pick up the chain mover for Boyd Hall Rock Valley.
You know, and what it's good to see down here is Coach Eben on the sideline, still just as intense as he has been all year long. And down there, knowing that we should have got him in the backfield there and just still asking everything out of this defense in there. I know they're tired out there in the fourth quarter, but he expects those guys to come up and finish strong. And he's still just as excited about his team there here late in the fourth quarter.
Well, up front for the Lions on the defensive line, how about Austin Winkle, one of those strong defensive tackles for the Lions, stands at 5'11", 211 pounds, and always coming through the front line of scrimmage up front on the defensive line as Munoz breaks this one out and could potentially take it to the house for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Nobody's going to catch him as Munoz takes this one all the way for the touchdown, 80 yards for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. And now with 8:44 left in the fourth quarter, a 41-6 advantage for the Nighthawks.
Man, he's just a little guy, and he gets to the outside. We've seen him all throughout the night. He's fast. He can get to the corner and then turns it up the field. And he's such a little guy. He just squirts right through the seam and off to the races and just outruns the defense. And that'll put us back into this running clock formation. Jay, you talked about Austin Winkle out there. You know, he's one of those quiet guys who just is always a solid player for us. We never have to worry about him. We don't say him as much as we probably should, but Austin Winkle, you know, he's one of them guys in the middle of the field that we can always trust.
Well, I could testify, you know, the linemen, you don't get a lot of love and you don't get talked about, but if you're a lineman, you don't want to be talked about because more often than not, if you're a lineman and you're getting talked about, that means you made a penalty.
That's right. You know, you don't want to be named out there as much as you can, and normally when we talk about those linemen as they miss the extra point, still at that 35 threshold, but as we miss it, you talk about the size of the offensive lineman. And when we're talking size, we're talking about a guy that we've seen for the last couple of years really make an impact on that line. And you got to talk about Big Ross Wiertzma. That guy is just a rock there, and he rocks that big grizzly beard too. I love the beard. And he just looks mean, but if you get next to him, he's pretty much a teddy bear.
Right, yeah. The linemen, they prefer to be referred to as a group, as linemen. They don't like to be singled out and individual. They're not the cute little receivers or tailbacks or quarterbacks that you're going to see out there. They're the boys that get the work done, and Dewey Postma will tell you that every time.
Yeah, another one of those linemen out there that we've seen, and just you want to talk brute strength out there. You got Parker Metzger, number 58. That kid is strong. I watched this kid lift. I've seen him in the weight room, and it's nuts the amount of plates that he puts on that bar. I'm afraid that bar is going to break in the weight room when you see him out there. And that kid's just got some arm strength, upper body strength, and he can really throw you around out there. And Parker Metzger, he's just a strong brute out there.
41-6, that is the score. A 35-point advantage for Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Ensuing kickoff following the score, and the Lions will field it at the 5-yard line. It's Carter Krull taking it from the 5 across the 30 out to the 32-yard line, and the Lions will start 1st and 10 from their own 32 as the offense back in the game.
Offense back in the game. We got to talk about that O-line a little bit more, Jay. You talk about the anchor of that offensive line, the captain of the O-line. You talk about Riley Schneekloff right there in the middle of the field. We've seen this kid a couple years down there. Another one of them kids that you don't hear much from. He's pretty quiet out there, but he's one of them kids. He's always calling out the defenses. He's paying attention to what's got to be going on. And we ask a lot out of our centers here at CLGLR, and Riley Schneekloff has done a fine job in that role.
1st down and 10 for the Lions. Nick White, they fake to White, and a nice fake by Lucas Nagel. Good field presence. Carries up to the 39-yard line for a pickup of 6 on 1st down. Of course, Nick White, another one of these fine seniors that we have as well, that we'll be saying goodnight to after tonight. At least their football career will be over, and Nick White certainly has been a playmaker for the Lions, not just this year, but last year as well.
Yeah, going to miss this kid. He's a captain out there, and he's definitely earned that captain role, and just a great kid and a great all-around player.
And we'll go to Parker Netton up the middle. Netton's got the 1st down and more as he'll carry up to the 47-yard line and keep the chains moving.
Well, we got to talk about the guy on this play. He just helped us out on that one. He's one of those seniors, and he's starting to make his way out of transition. He's the smallest offensive lineman we have, but we ask this guy to move around the field. We ask him to make plays for us. He's always on the move. He's that motioning guard out there. And Braden Schulte Not the biggest guy, but he plays like a big guy out there and earns his spot.
Just had a killer pull block earlier tonight on a run by Central Lyon George Little Rock offensively. Schulte just had a great pull block, which we've seen a lot from him this year.
Yeah, we ask a lot. Like I said, he's the littlest guy, so we're going to expect him to move, and he does everything we can. And that's a kid, also we talk about Schulte, is when he comes up against some bigger offensive linemen, he puts every ounce of his weight behind it when he needs to make a block.
Well, a 2nd down and 6 for the Lions. Ball spotted on the 49-yard line. That would be their own 49-yard line. As Nagel takes a snap, fakes a hand, keeps it himself, right up the middle, bounces it out right side, and Lucas Nagel into open territory to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Lions. Lucas Nagel puts it in, and it's now a 41-12 ball game with 6:01 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 51-yard run there by Lucas Nagel. Good job by the O-lineman blocking up front there. Those guys getting after it, and after they get to the 2nd and 3rd level, Lucas, when he can get to that next level, he makes some great plays and shows the speed. He doesn't always look like he's the most coordinated and the fastest guy out there, but when Lucas gets in the open, he's tough to catch.
2nd touchdown carry of the night for Nagel, and the extra point attempt coming up from Carter Krull. The snap from Murray and the hold from Wright. The snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. With 6:01 left to play in the fourth quarter, 41-13, Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock as we continue our senior salutes here tonight for these Lion footballers. How about Niall Christensen? Let's talk about Niall a little bit. Where's number 9 on the team? Plays at a wide-out position, also a defensive back for the Lions.
Yeah, Niall just checked in on that last game, and he's one of those seniors who doesn't get a whole lot of playing time out there, but when he does, I mean, he's going hard every time down there. He got in on that play, and he's over there on the weak side, wide out spot. He gets down the field. His job is to pick up the safety, and when he gets down there, and he was doing a great job, he got to that safety in the middle of the field. So when Lucas breaks that play, the safety wasn't able to catch him because he was being blocked by Niall. So, the few opportunities that Niall does get out there, on the field out there, every time he's out there, he gives 100%. And, he's just one of those great role players that you can put in at a senior spot.
Well, another one of these wideouts for the Lions, and certainly a force on special teams as well, has been Nate Deach, another one of these seniors for the Lions. Nate Deach, he wears number 19 in the program and on the field. And Nate Deach certainly has been all over the field, whether it be at a wideout position or especially on special teams. He really does a nice job. Whether it be on kick coverage, punt coverage, you name it.
Yeah, he's the captain out here on this kickoff team. You see him out there. He's going to place the ball. He's actually probably going to hold it here as the wind blew it off the tee. But he calls it out. He gets everybody set. You see him out there, number 19. And also a phenomenal wide receiver. He's got some great hands. He's caught a couple touchdown passes already on the year. And, Nate Deach, always a positive attitude. I love that kid at practice. When he's on scout team, he's always pumped up and excited, and the same thing when he's on the starters too. So a great attitude and a great player for Nate Deach.
Ensuing kickoff from Romel Lopez, a high end-over-end kick will be returned back along the right sideline for Boyden Hull Rock Valley, and the Lions will get them out of bounds at the right around the midfield stripe where the return will be called dead.
Yeah, Nate Deach actually got in on that tackle. Him and Nick White over there shoving him out of bounds, and a little bit too much as they went out of bounds, and they continue to tackle through the out-of-bounds place. So you're going to see a penalty come across here and make this return a lot bigger.
Well, with the defense back up front on the field, on the defensive line, Cole Stave, one of the defensive linemen, one of these stud defensive linemen for this Lion football team. Cole Stave, another senior that we're going to miss after this year.
Well, if we're going to talk about Cole, we got to talk about Carson. They're twins.
Yeah.
They're identical twins. You can barely tell them apart, and that's because they play like each other too. And there are bookends. They play the defensive end spots. Both those guys, they know their job. They get up the field. They crash down the line of scrimmage. They got outside contained. They really know how to get after the quarterback. And the Stave twins are going to be hard to replace at those end positions.
5:50 left to play. A 41-13 ball game. Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead and the possession as Solberg will carry to the 34 of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Right there coming up, making the tackle from his linebacker spot. More of these seniors out there. Dylan Kruger getting into the game. Dylan playing backup linebacker for us this year. Also comes in and rotates in at the wide receiver spot. He's had a couple catches on the year, and he's been one of those kids that we can trust when we need a guy to go in and fill in a spot. He knows his job. He knows where he's supposed to be, and he's a trusted kid when we need him to come off the bench.
2nd down and 8 for Boyden Hull Rock Valley on the 35-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. The pitch out will go to Solberg around at left end. There's a hold, and a pretty big hold at that. The play is going to come back. Would have went for a first down for Boyden Hull Rock Valley, but a pretty deliberate hold is going to be called on the outside of the left side of the line for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, you can't tackle a guy, and when you got a guy like Jaden Klingenberg there, you notice when that guy goes down. So 3 hankies on the field makes it a pretty obvious hold.
Another one of these seniors for the Lions, Brady Wright, number 12 for this Lion football team. Brady Wright made a catch this year, or a couple of catches at least this season for the Lions, and we've called his name out a few times.
I love this kid. This kid is one of them kids. Last year he was a player on the scout team, and he was proud to be on the scout team. He knew he was going to give effort in practice, knew he wasn't going to get on the field, but every day he brought the best thing he had to that scout team. He was a proud scout team player. And this year he worked his way into a starting role at wide receiver. And like I said, Jay, he's made some tough catches, and he's made a couple good catches. And Brady Wright, you're not going to miss him necessarily for his playmaking ability, but what you're going to miss out of Brady Wright is his attitude and the positivity that kid brings, and the character that he brings to this football team.
I could see Brady getting some love from the coaches on the sidelines as we talk about him right now, and certainly one of the players we're going to miss. Saying goodbye to the seniors here tonight. Great group of seniors that this Lion team had under the first year of the Curtis Eben tenure here at Central Lyon George Little Rock, and certainly a great group of seniors to lead this team over the course of the season.
Yeah, it was a transition mode for these guys. You know, obviously we knew Coach Eben coming in was going to be a transition thing, and you had 17 seniors. If you're going to take a transition year, you want 17 experienced guys to help lead the way and get you into that mode of bringing it on. And you see Coach Eben bringing them off. The seniors have been coming off one at a time, and he's been giving them a lot of love on the sidelines. They're all huddled up here on the sidelines and getting together with the coaches, and they know their time is done. And we've got a couple more seniors to go out there. A couple guys getting out there. Seth Deach out there and playing number 43, does a lot of special teams work for us. And he's a kid who just kind of came out late in his career in high school, and he comes into the ball game, and Dylan Kruger making a tackle there and getting us the ball back on 4th down. But Seth Deach, special teams player, and has given us some quality reps at a place where we kind of struggled with early in the year.
And Seth, kind of a late bloomer as far as football goes.
Yeah, he's a little guy, first of all. He's only 5'6", but ton of effort, ton of attitude. You know, he's one of them kids who you need him get nasty with you. He can do it, and he's a lot of fun. He makes a pretty good gunner on that special teams unit.
Well, Caleb Kramer, of course, missed him this year due to that neck injury, and certainly we wish the best for Caleb, but boy, it would have been great to see number 33 out on the field this season.
Yeah, Caleb, we talk about little guys with some fire, man. That kid playing D-tackle last year was amazing to watch. He was the smallest guy on the field, but he was explosive. He got in the backfield. He lowered the boom on anybody he got his chances to. Caleb Kramer, like I said, that injury cost him his senior season, and he was sorely missed out there. And I did get a chance to talk to him last night. He's got some evaluations coming up. We wish him the best, and we hope that he at least gets a chance to wrestle here in the offseason.
1st down and 10 for the Lions after a nice pickup from Parker Netton, as Lions Christensen will take the shotgun snap and a crawl to the 45-yard line, and a pickup of 3 on 1st down.
Yeah, and you look at it, Jay, we've kind of worked our way through the senior classes. They've come off the field one at a time and gotten their recognition from Coach Eben and the other coaches on the sidelines. 17 pretty quality seniors out there, and all of them contributing to this football team this season. That's going to be tough to replace next year, and there's going to be some shoes to be filled by these younger guys, and we expect no drop-off when they come in and try and take care of business next season.
And I beg your pardon, I said Christensen. Nate Klingenberg's actually in at the quarterback position for the Lions, and Nate going to get hit by the line of scrimmage on the quarterback keep here, but there was an early flag before the play with 2:07 left to play and a 41-13 advantage for Boyden Hull Rock Valley.
Yeah, I think you're going to get an illegal shift. We had a couple guys going in motion early on that one, and so that's going to bring this one back.
41-13, Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Nighthawks declined the penalty, and a 3rd down and 7 coming up for Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on their own 45-yard line. The Lion second teamers in. Niall Christensen out at a wide receiver position, out deep on the right side. Klingenberg in at quarterback in the shotgun formation, takes a snap. Hands right up the middle, and a nice run up the middle for Braden Smith for the Lions. Going to be close to a 1st down, about a yard shy.
Yeah, Lions just kind of run it up the middle here. Not going to do anything too fancy here. They're not going to take shots down the field on this one. Don't expect to see any of that. But if they can march it down the field here, they're going to go for it here on this 4th down and see if they can't keep the chains alive. It'd be nice to see these younger guys get a touchdown here and start building on the future. You start looking through the lineup here, and you see a lot of these guys on the football field getting their time, and they're starting to earn reps for next season, so they got to be putting in full effort.
4th and 1 from the 49. Klingenberg's got the 1st down to the 45 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley, and the Lions will move the chains again with 1:05 left to play, and the Lions trailing 41-13.
You know, Jay, we talk about a lot of teams. You and I have been at this for a long time. We've seen a lot of kids go through these programs, and it's always a sad time here when you get to these final minutes of these last games, and you know, you get to know these kids. We get to see them as freshmen. We get to see them play through their JV years, and then they start developing as juniors and then into seniors, and you get pretty close with a lot of these kids, and you get to talk to them, see them play, and really watch them develop from the time they're young to the time now that they step off the field. And like I said, now that we've done this for enough years and seen enough kids go through it, it doesn't get a whole lot easier each and every time that we close out a season.
Well, no doubt about that. Klingenberg with a great run on 1st down, going to be negated by a holding penalty on the Lions, so the officials will mark it back to the 49-yard line of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. 51 seconds left to play. 41-13, Boyden Hull Rock Valley with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. And, of course, the Nighthawks, the district champs, they will kick off their playoff run coming up next Friday night right here in Rock Valley. As Klingenberg takes a snap on 1st and 15, he'll carry to the 46-yard line for a pickup of 4. I'll make it 3 on the carry. So a 2nd down and about 12 coming up for the Lions. Ball spotted on the Boyden Hull Rock Valley 47 with 20 seconds left to play, and this should be the final play of the 2017 season, barring a penalty. Klingenberg will line up in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side, and up back standing to his left. Klingenberg calls it out, takes a snap. A hand goes up the middle. A fake handoff, and Klingenberg's pass is deflected, incomplete, with 2 seconds left to play, and the Lions will get one more play off.
Yeah, one more play here, and trying to throw the ball on that one. We'll see what they choose to do. We'll see if they just kind of just run it up the middle here and call it a game here. But nonetheless, season comes to a close here for Central Lyon George Little Rock in Rock Valley.
3rd down and about 11. Ball spotted on the 47 of Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Klingenberg in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolling out to the left side, looking to pass, lets it go over everybody, and the catch is made by Murray. Flag on the play, and we'll have one more play here yet as Murray is down at the 35-yard line. Wait and see if this is offensive penalty, as the Nighthawks have already lined up in the handshake formation. Yet Boyden Hull Rock Valley going to decline the penalty, and that will bring an end to tonight and the 2017 season. 41-13, Boyden Hull Rock Valley defeating Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight in Rock Valley. Lions close out the season here tonight, and 3 wins total in district play, a 3-4 record in district play for Central Lyon George Little Rock, 3-6 overall on the 2017 season. Stay tuned. We'll wrap up our coverage from Rock Valley when we return. You're listening to Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Autumn, a time for new school activities, fall festivals, raking leaves, winterizing your home, and for farmers, harvest, putting in long hours, working hard from sunup to sundown. Minimize some of your stress by working with the Noble Austin and Company PC certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne to maximize your precious available time. Call DeNoble Austin and Company PC today for help with all your accounting and tax needs. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Rock Valley, our final score here tonight, Boyden Hull Rock Valley defeating Central Lyon George Little Rock by a score of 41-13. The season finale for the Lions in the 2017 football season. A final record of 3-6 on the year and 3-4 in District 1 play. And Joel Viss, we said goodbye to some fine seniors here tonight. We got a good group of juniors and sophomores. We're looking forward to watching a comeback next fall.
Yeah, as tough it is to say goodbye to those guys, we start thinking about next year, and next year starts right now, Jay. And you got to look at these guys. We've got some guys that can really do some things. You know, a nice emergence out there. Carter Krall came in. You know, he was a nice surprise there. He's a younger guy. Lucas Nagel just keeps getting better and better. The more we lean on him, the more we need him. He just keeps developing more and more. He's going to be fun. He's going to be the leader of this show out there. Parker Netton, we didn't do a whole lot with him this year, but we started to use him a lot more as the year went on, and he developed in a really nice back. You got to expect that he's going to fill into that role. And another one of those guys that we're going to see come back. We didn't get to watch him play out there, but Vanentop sat on the sidelines with that ACL tear in the offseason and had to miss the entire junior year there. He's going to come out as a senior. And it'll be fun to see what these guys can do. And it's all going to depend on what kind of work they want to do here in the offseason and where they're going to go.
Yeah, no doubt. A fun group of talent going to be returning for next year, and we'll certainly look forward to watching them take the field come again next year. Well, we certainly said goodbye to some fine seniors here tonight as the Lions head off the field one last time for the 2017 season. And again, their final record of 3-6 on the year, 3-4 in district play. And that will do it for our coverage for the 2017 season. Of course, stay with the Lion Broadcast Network. Coming up on Monday night, we've got volleyball. The Lions, the Lady Lion volleyball team, going to be hosting North Union in the tournament play at Central Lyon High School. If you can't make it to CL for the game, you could certainly tune in right here on the Lion Broadcast Network. And keep in mind, for the playoffs, for the tournaments, audio only.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are things you're going to have to think about. But, it's a great thing to have the ability to do these type of things, for you and I to be able to come along this and to be able to chase those volleyball teams as well. The fact that the hard work that our tech crew at the school does each and every week to prepare for these things and to get the right equipment, get the right things in the right order, and just to make it possible for anybody who can't quite come to a game.
And certainly we couldn't do it without all the fine sponsors as well. We ask that you please patronize the sponsors that you hear during these broadcasts, and you see their ads during these broadcasts as well. Please patronize these sponsors, at the very least swing into their place of business and tell them thank you for bringing you Central Lyon and George Little Rock Sports right here on the Lion Broadcast Network. One last time, that will do it for us from Rock Valley here tonight for the 2017 season. For Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Good night, everybody.